If you have not followed his Triple H horse racing podcast, you're missing out. It's one of the best podcasts in the country.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the July 27th edition of Weekend Warriors here on the HHH Racing Podcast, covering live racing from Saratoga, Woodbine, Monmouth Park, and Del Mar. My name, of course, is Kyle Roscoe, along with my co-hosts, the old man, Chris Walsh, and Charlie Freeman, of course, one of my co-hosts on Betting and Booze. And guys, unfortunately, we all know what's going on with Saratoga right now and all the rain that seems to dump on us every single time we love to bet this track. But either way, still going to be a good day. But Monmouth Park, Woodbine, of course, Del Mar to follow later. Chris, it should be a pretty good day of racing.
Absolutely. Looking forward to the Del Mar a little bit later tonight as well. But, you know, we do have some decent racing at Woodbine. The turf is good. Saratoga is getting a little bit better, and we've got some Monmouth Park to throw in there as well. Charlie, how you doing?
Yeah, no, doing good. Feeling much better. I know people haven't seen me for a while. Obviously, I was in Vegas and then got sick last week, which wasn't very fun. But, no, it's good to be back. Nice to have a live show as a little return. And like we talked about earlier, some good racing to definitely get me back in the swing of things.
Yeah, we got two stakes races coming, or one stakes race coming up at Monmouth that we'll talk about first. And then we have the Woodbine race is the one we'll talk about first, gentlemen. It's race number 6 over at Woodbine. It's an allowance race going 6.5, as Chris mentioned, on the good turf course out there, and it is on the wonky outside turf courses we all love to bet over at Woodbine. Guys, we'll just get right into it, guys. A bunch of people in the chat, greatly appreciate it. If you guys do end up enjoying the show, please go down below the video player and hit the like button, because it's completely free to do, and it's the best way to help out our channel as we continuously try to get our videos out into the YouTube algorithm to hopefully bring like-minded horse players like yourself, of course, to the HHH Racing Podcast. And, of course, for that, we thank you. You can also listen on all our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. The Power Picks, guys, are always available. Patreon.com/HHH Racing Podcast. Doing this since February of 2021 and still well above in the positive ROI. Of course, we'll keep bringing this up throughout the show, but again, go over to patreon.com/HHH Racing Podcast if that interests you, and for our great website with great information all about our podcasts. And if you want to see previous editions of those power picks I mentioned before, you can take a look at them at hhhracingpodcast.com. Gentlemen, let's get right into the handicapping. As I mentioned, we're going to start with this Woodbine race. It's race number 6, going 6.5 on the outer turf course. Draws a field of 13, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And right now, your favorite on the board is the number 6, but a very lukewarm favorite one at that, Chris, being the number, like I said, number 6, Awesome Bourbon. Where'd you end up going in this race?
I'm going with the 4, Awesome Crusader. I think it's a live long shot here. Horse beat better out last time. Just needs to set a stalking trip and try and pounce.
Absolutely, and this is one of these races that we all love. I mean, look, Woodbine's fantastic, especially during the summer. They have some really great racing, and this is one of those races at Woodbine that you see pop up all the time that, you know, it's going to have a 4-1 favorite, at least based on the betting right now. We'll see where the money ends up going later, but this is an absolute, you know how much I love my turf sprints, so this checks all the boxes for me in one go. Charlie, like I said, very tough race. Where'd you end up here?
Yeah, you know, I'm definitely between a few. This is definitely, you know, if you're playing horizontal as a spread race, a horse that I thought was kind of interesting, and I'm glad you pulled up the time for him, is I thought the 7 was worth a look here and ready to collect. This is one who, you know, didn't really have it figured out for a while, but in these last 2 starts has really started to put it together. Both were on the turf. Now is stretching out. Obviously was running 5 furlongs, but, you know, last time out was closing nicely, but didn't get good fractions to run into, and they were only going 5 flat. Now gets some distance, stays on the turf, which seems to be his desired surface, and should sit close enough to, you know, get the jump on some of these others.
Yeah, and you saw the 3 was going to be in front based on time form standards, banking on a miracle. Last race was very good for the 3 at 7 furlongs. However, really hasn't been able to show that closing kick on the turf. You can see he has run a bunch of 6.5s in the past. As I said, the morning line, or the favorite right now, is Awesome Bourbon, and I thought this horse was worth a look for the fact that he's just very versatile in his running style. He can sit in the middle. He loves to be up front, but if he can sit a stalking trip, I think that's where he's the most effective. He's done it both on the synthetic and the turf. And the best part is, even though he's the favorite right now, you're still getting 5-1 on this horse. So no matter who you pick, you're going to get paid in this spot. Katie, of course, is here in the chat. Gatekeeper was here early. Gatekeeper, thanks so much for joining the show. Greatly appreciate it. Wiz says, old man, laugh out loud. Of course.
Yeah, I am the old man, Wiz. I'm probably double the age of both these guys. So I'm the old man today, but I'm back to the betting for a minute. Bourbon is awesome. So there's no doubt about that. And I'm boxing the 4, 6, 8, and 11 here in the verticals.
Dad, like I said, that's no matter what, Chris, you're obviously hoping for higher odds on top, but no matter what, that exacta should pay really well. The only other horses I actually gave a look to, I gave a look to the 8 Palace View as well. This one's going to need to improve a little bit, but if you look back in the back form at Saratoga, granted going a lot longer than what she's going or what he's going today for Marty Drexler, this horse ran very, very well, getting paired up 81s on the Saratoga turf and those very competitive allowance races last year. Now it's come up to Woodbine since being trained or claimed from Mark Cassie, and now Martin Drexler takes over first off the claim where he is very good. Also gets Savachi, who's very, very good up at Woodbine. So Palace View, I also thought was worth a look in this, Charlie, and I agree with you on Ready to Collect. I have this horse, I believe, somewhere in the mix as well. And who else did I have in third? I looked at, the 9 is who I had in third. Mason's Gamble, another long shot, but I think due to back numbers that he has at Woodbine last year, at 7 furlongs at Woodbine, he ran an 84 behind some very nice Woodbine horses. So I think that one's also worth a look. Although, Chris, I feel like you can say that for almost every single horse in this race, that with it being so wide open, everything is worth a look. We got 2 minutes to Woodbine here. Let's pivot real quick to Monmouth, as they have a really nice 2-year-old filly stakes race coming up. The Colleen going 5 for flat 5. We got 2 straight turf sprints to start off the card. It's like my beautiful, everything I've always wanted in life. The morning line favorite, not the morning line favorite, the favorite right now from the 8-1 morning line is the number 1, Spectacular Gray. Alexis Delgado trains this horse. Fernando Jara takes the mount. Chris, real quick before we get to the Woodbine live racing, who'd you like in the Colleen?
I'm going with Nacho Problem for Sammy Camacho. Last out winner at Aqueduct back at the end of June. 2-year-old ran on the lead and got it done there at 6 furlongs, now cutting back to 5, where I think it will not have a problem as long as he can get out and get going.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And this is one of those spots, flat 5, especially in Monmouth, you want to be forward, but a lot of other horses want to be forward as well. Charlie, where'd you land at Monmouth?
Yeah, I was really torn in this one, and I know when I name one of them, you're not going to be surprised. But the 2 I'm really looking at are the 8 and the 11. With Spinelli, obviously the Gulfstream horse, but this one flew out of the gates right away. Edgar Zayas was very aggressive. And then even though they were setting for even Gulfstream standards, some pretty hard fractions, was able to win going away without even really being asked. So I think this 8 honestly could be the speed of the speed and be dangerous. That being said, the other one I'm at least considering definitely is the class of the field, but the question is now finally getting the turf is the Wesley Ward horse to the outside, who obviously was in that pretty stacked Saratoga race last time out and was able to win by a nose off the, brief return from the Churchill race, but now finally gets on turf as that race was supposed to be on turf.
Yeah, no, and obviously for you, Wesley Ward and the Gulfstream horses, you got all your bases covered. I do end up with the favorite at Monmouth as of right now with the number 1, Spectacular Gray, but they are loading into the gate at Woodbine for this highly competitive race. So good luck to everyone out there, and then we'll head over to Monmouth. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to take forever to load in the gate, so obviously we can keep talking as well. Got a lot of Saratoga coming up later, and hopefully some early Del Mar to cover for you guys before we end the show. We should be able to cover the first 2 out in California before we end this show around the 5:30 mark as usual for these shows. So again, guys, if you guys enjoy the show, please hit the like button. It's the best way to help out our channel, and we would greatly appreciate it. Wiz is going daily double 4, 8, 11 with 1, 2. Again, if any one of those comes in, you're definitely going to be able to get paid into the later race. So good luck to you, Wiz, and good luck to everyone out there who's playing as they finish uploading at Woodbine.
We'll get back in the saddle shortly. Mason's gamble.
Good luck, Wiz.
Still
Please let me get what I want.
Obviously, Chris, I'm sure you're playing this as usual. So good luck to you, my friend, as well. This is one that, even though it's a fantastic betting race, this is that classic turf sprint sit out for me. It's not one. I always joke. It's probably not the best joke to make, but I always joke that it's my newly adopted religion this year. It's to lose as little money in turf sprints as possible. You see a lot of late money coming in on the 6. They're one back here. 2-1 now on Awesome Bourbon.
2-1 suddenly. Awesome Bourbon.
It's 5-1 loading up into the gate. Now 2-1 coming late.
We love that, don't we?
Oh, usual.
They stand well.
Bing Crosby.
Off they run, a great start. Back to the tail, Forrester's Fortune away very sharply as Stitches deep on the track. Bidding for the lead, banking on a miracle. Cotton is there, racing handy is Awesome Crusader and
There's 6 across right now.
Almost 5. Going to the front, banking on a miracle. The next set of runners headed by British Artillery, Mason's Gamble. In behind them, Palace View, Blast in the Snow. 2 lengths away came Pat's Gamble, Forrester's Fortune, and Illy Boy Minen is at the back. About 9 to 10 lengths covers the field, and banking on a miracle at the half mile, a length in front. Cotton is racing second, Awesome Bourbon the outside, and Awesome Crusader the rail. Moving forward, ready to collect, is coming 3 wide, followed by Stitches. A length away, Mason's Gamble the centre. British Artillery is over on the inside, Blast in the Snow the outer. 3 behind them, running on Pat's Gamble pretty well. And then came Palace View, Forrester's Fortune second last, and at the back, Illy Boy Minen. On the outside, Awesome Bourbon has gone to the front to join, and now putting the nose clear over on the inside, banking on a miracle, sticking on, running on, is ready to collect. Awesome Crusader, Mason's Gamble is trying to get through, and the center is coming on well.
Horse all the way on the outside as well.
Down the outside as Mason's Gamble goes to the front. Goes up and joins Awesome Bourbon. Forrester's Fortune right down the outside, thundering home. Mason's Gamble in front. Mason's Gamble coming away to win.
25-1.
Are we surprised in a race like this, though, that's where that kind of price comes in? You have no clear favorite combined with a turf sprint, Kyle?
Tell you what, man, looked like they were crawling home, coming for home. So you knew someone was going to end up passing. Just it was only a matter of who at some point. In the 9, one of the longest shots there on the board. What is that? Your 5th highest horse on the board gets the job done at Woodbine. Again, I talk about all the time. That's why like I said, the 6 also went down to 7-5 out of the gate, which is just, I mean, we see it all the time, but that's insanity in that race to take 7-5 on that horse. And that's why, again, even though I ended up liking that horse on top, that's why we sit out, because my best thing that I've developed over the past year is learning when, even though we're sitting here watching races with good friends and obviously good viewers as well, it's just not worth, even when I'm only betting, $10 a race, sometimes it's just not worth it in the long run. But they are walking around doing the old Gulfstream Park post-drag disease dance around at Monmouth. So we're waiting for them to go into the gate. And then we got 17 minutes coming up to Saratoga. So unfortunately, Wiz, sorry, man, that you didn't get that home, but hopefully we can catch something good here coming shortly. Let's see here as I pulled back up Monmouth Park here. So still holding the 2-1 is your favorite on the 1. The 8 on Spectacular Gray, that is the 8 is your second. Spinelli is your second choice right now at 5-2, and the third choice now is the 11 to the outside, the one Charlie was a little bit interested in. That is the Wesley Ward horse, Polestar, as they hopefully load up into the gate here pretty quickly here. Chris, any bets for you coming up here at Monmouth?
I'm betting the 9 to win. I mean, I'm down to 6-1 odds right now, but I like the breeding here with this 9, and it's 2-year-old, so we're sort of on the outside and can get out, clear, and go. Maybe we got a shot to hang on.
No, and I mean, like I said, that's the one thing that I love when these turf sprints, especially these 5 furlongs, you don't want to be too far outside, but you have scratches to the inside that 9 post all of a sudden becomes, breaking out of the 6. So definitely not that wide. And if she's just going to sit off, looks to be a very, and I've mentioned it many times on the show, especially with Votino running in the UN. I really am a big fan of Sammy Camacho's work and all the work he's done. Also, fantastic guy, super, super nice guy when I got to talk to him after that race. Howard is here, of course. Hello, everyone. Enjoy the show. I'll be on later to give some opinions. Good luck today to everyone out there coming from the Bossman as they cross over onto the Monmouth turf course here for the Colleen Stakes as they bring it up onto the screen.
This also starts the cross-country pick 5, so good luck if you're playing that.
Absolutely. Good call on there, Chris, because you know how much I pay attention to the pick 5, so I do appreciate that a lot.
Well, we hit the double, the Intercontinental double yesterday with King George.
Yep.
And no, we didn't. We didn't hit it. Brad hit it. That's right. Howard and I had Baeza. Brad hit
yes, right. I remember. Yeah, I think that was Howard's play the whole day was Baeza.
Yeah.
So said that's
Slick Merlin.
it's a horse I feel like that a lot of people are going to chase for a long time because at some point the horse will get a win. He's just been lined up against monsters for the entirety of his career so far. So
yeah, born the wrong year.
That got the sham disease on that one.
The sham disease.
You just can't run against sovereignty. No one's beating that horse.
Dude, I mean, it's a fantastic 3-year-old crop this year. And in the last couple of years where we really haven't had that type of standout year from these 3-year-olds, this is a stout year. What are they? 2 back now here at Monmouth?
Yeah, they're doing a really good Gulfstream impression right now. It's kind of funny.
Golden Beach.
Howard likes the 1 at Monmouth. Rob Ends going to an exacta box 2-5-8-9. Good luck, everyone out there. I also like the 1 a lot, Howard, but you know my views on turf sprints, as I've already mentioned how many times to start this show. So
the Colleen Stakes for 2-year-old.
There we go. All right, take it easy.
That's the 10 at Golden Beach acting
Up,
up.
and then get the chain reaction going.
Settling down.
There we go.
And they're off. Great beginning from
Half
Gerard's Cross.
the
Gets the first
field
call
broke
of the
slow.
race. Polestar on the outside claiming second. Gerard's Cross clearing off here.
Including all the horses we like.
Polestar runs in second. Slick Merlin third. Spectacular Gray off the speed.
Jeez, the Ward went off at 9-2. Oh my
Spinelli and
God.
Nacho Problem, who's between that pair. Gap of another 4.
Don't love that the
Fire on the
8
wire.
went off at 9-5.
They go towards the forward turn. Gerard's Cross at 13-1 has things their own way. A length and a half in front. Polestar sent along from second. Slick Merlin down on the rail.
Victor's got this horse in a good spot.
Clearly into the 4th position. 4 lengths off the lead. Under a ride. Nacho
Yeah, they
Problem
gotta catch
rides
this
the rail
one.
off the turn. Spectacular Gray has lost position. Tries to rally on, but has a lot of work to do as they come down the lane. Gerard's Cross goes for the finish. Slick Merlin on the inside. The New Jersey bred is running a mighty race today.
Wow.
What is Victor
Let me
doing?
take a ride.
Gerard's Cross keeps going under Sonny Leon. Gerard's Cross to win the Colleen
Yeah,
Stakes.
9-run wall, Chris. Just
I knew I was in trouble when the 8 broke dead last, and the 11 just couldn't get it done.
the Smoke and Jay effect on that one. Just 2 steps slow out of the gate. Next thing you know, you're trying to, especially how well that horse ran on the front end last time. It's just get 2 steps slow out of the gate, and your race is completely turned upside down. But yeah, good call on that, Rob. Who got the 2 hold for second there? I think you did, right? So that's a pretty good exacta box, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that should be really nice.
13-1 over 12-1. Yeah, great, very nice, Rob. I showed it before the start of the race. 2-5-8-9 exacta box again. 13-1 over 12-1 over 8-1 for that matter. The horse that Chris liked running in third, running a really nice race after breaking slow. But a huge exacta and a big trifecta there at Monmouth Park. But yeah, congratulations, Rob. That's an absolutely great hit. So we got what?
$146 exacta.
Wow. Yeah, fantastic.
Hope you had it like 10 times.
Say open for $5-10, something like that. Anything to get a little bit extra there. But yeah, that's an absolutely great hit. And another good sit out of a turf sprint from me. So I love to tell myself that just so I can continue the headspace. But guys, we got about 13 minutes coming here to Saratoga. And again, we know that all the rains kind of really ruined it a little bit. However, of course, this was always carded for the dirt. This is a state-bred maiden special weight for 90,000, going 7 furlongs out at the spa. And the favorite right now is an even money and looks to be, based on probables from what I see in right now, DRF has this horse listed at 1-2 on the projected line. So very heavy favorite, and keeping it real for Chad Brown and Flavian Pratt. Of course, you know that duo is going to be bet 2 straight seconds, 3 straights in the money at this exact type of level, and second off the layoff. Chris, where'd you end up going here at Saratoga?
Probably nowhere. This is a sit-out race. Doing it to be on the slop. I just don't have a feel for it. I mean, keeping it real here for Chad, Pratt, probably a likely. I mean, didn't run too bad last time in the slop, but man, so many things can happen here at 7 furlongs. Tread lightly.
Yeah, to tread lightly is exactly what I would give. I got a couple that I thought were interesting in here, Charlie. Obviously, like I said, the rain's kind of soured our mood a little bit, but did you end up going anywhere? Where'd you end up going in this race?
Yeah, no, I think this race is tough. Obviously, you have a couple firsters that you can at least take a look at that admittedly I haven't had enough time to look at. Obviously, in terms of those who have run, keeping it real does look sort of overwhelming in this field and looks like the horse to beat. But I will say, with the conditions and also with the price you're getting, this for me would either be one where if you have a really strong opinion, maybe like a double going into the next race with a horse that's a price, then maybe you can play this horse, but straight up at those odds. Or maybe there's an exacta you like with a bomb. But for me, I think keeping it real should win, but I wouldn't touch the horse at that price.
No, I mean, this is even money on a race that, like I said, there's so many different factors. Long Pour is a firster for Rusty Arnold, who's not always the best out of the gate, but does have a really nice ROI. This is a Tom de Tom mare, or colt, excuse me. Luis Saez hops aboard, which I love, especially firsters out of the gate. Crescendo's Reign was one that I actually thought was interesting. The only thing I don't like is Charlie Baker. I can bring it up right here. Again, I love using DRF Formulator because you can get these exact type of stats. Charlie Baker, first time out, just based right on it. It's 3 for 75 in the last 5 years, 4%. That's, I think, only 24% in the money, if I remember correctly, the 0.29 ROI. So definitely not a horse I want to touch on the win end, maybe even in the money. But there's some interesting breeding, I thought, with the 8 in here. Vibrato for an Unbridled Song mare. Has some really nice babies as a half to Sacrosanct, who's a very nice sprinter out in New York, in the New York State bred. Ran in the Gotham a little bit over his head in that one. That's the race where Flood Zone ran, then ran in Saudi and did nothing. And Garamond ran in that race, who did absolutely nothing at Saratoga this weekend. So Sacrosanct is definitely a good horse and definitely some good breeding. But again, I can't touch the horse, Charlie Baker. If hopefully this horse can show something and improve second time out for Charlie Baker. You, of course, have the coupled entry in this one, but coming back up.
Starter for Charlie, right? The 8?
Sorry, say that again?
The 8's first time starter, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, first time starter. I think this horse could be bred for the mud. So I need more than 12 to 1, though.
Yeah, that's exactly. And based on the DRF projections, they look at the will pays and denote what they think the horse is going to go off by post time. And 7 to 1 is definitely not a price I'd be willing to take on a Charlie Baker first time starter. But this last race is the last thing I want to mention for now. This last race did have a lot of good. Hit the post, ran very well in the New York Derby, just lost to Train the Train at Finger Lakes. Iron Dome came back to win by 10.5 at Saratoga at a 1 1/8 race, for those that remember that horse coming back out. And then you got Dark Magic, who only ran in a 30 claimer, but still ended up getting the win. So 2 next time out winners out of that race, including a big winner in Iron Dome. So keeping it real definitely looks to be the one, very much the one to beat in this race. And if he loses, I feel like you can make a case for a lot of others in this. Rob Ben says keeping it real will not go wrong today. Right at the wire, my friend. Thanks so much for joining the show. Greatly appreciated. And Charlie, it's your time to shine, my friend, because even though we're not talking about it on this one, got any bombs for race 7 over at Gulfstream Park? Because I know you sicko, you handicapped that.
I'm actually looking at that race right now as we speak. I got to be honest, at this time of year at Gulfstream, it's not the easiest time, I'd say, to find bombs, because normally I'd say we like to call it, at least how I do, the good horses at Gulfstream this time of year are just the ones that actually look like they're truly horses and not maybe some other animal. So it's definitely tough to find prices. I'm going to be looking at the last 2. This first race, there were some big scratches, and primarily the 7, who looked pretty tough to beat in this spot. So it does seem pretty open. The 5 I see right now is even money. The 8's 5-2. The only two prices in this field don't look too appealing, if I'm honest. But I'll be sure in the last 2 races if I see a bomb to shout one out.
Yeah, because like I said, Charlie, Chris, you don't know that Charlie handicaps Gulfstream no matter the time of year, and I call him absolutely nutso for that. But to each their own, I guess.
Well, it's not mandatory today. They seem to be mandatory like every 2 or 3 weeks now.
Yeah,
on their gimmick pick 6.
It's true. Yeah, the jackpot pick 6 does seem that way. It's kind of nuts at that point. But again, if it gets people to play Gulfstream in the middle of the summer, that's definitely what they want. Marco Lou says they scratched the MTO in race 7. Is it back on turf? I believe it was always on turf. Glen Falls, of course, the 1.5 mile, grade 2. They took everything else off the turf, but I believe the Glen Falls was always staying on. And I believe the turf is listed good as of right now, and that's being run on the inner turf as they just head out to the track. We got about 5 minutes to post here at Saratoga. Then we will head over to Woodbine and Monmouth. Woodbine's got 13 minutes. Monmouth's got 18 minutes to their next race. Again, guys, if you guys, we're getting up to 40 viewers now. We greatly appreciate everyone watching here on YouTube. Please hit the like button if you enjoy, and if you guys could, either on X or whatever, please share these podcasts out, as we're only doing these on YouTube now. So if you have an X handle, Instagram, anything like that, tell your friends, family. We would love for these shows to gain traction so we can do these every single weekend for you guys going forward. So again, if you just go below the video player here, there's a share button and you can click copy the link and post it to any one of your various social media. We would greatly appreciate it. And again, feel free to tag us if you are doing that on Instagram or Twitter. Of course, you can see all our Twitter handles are on the screen right now. Mine at AP Roscoe Cade, Chris Walsh at CW Walsh 69, and Charlie Freeman at CFree316. So please also give us a follow over there, as well as you can see the bottom of the screen, Howard's and the overall podcast Twitter as at HHH Racing Pod. So give us a follow over there as well. I'm looking here to see what we got going on. I'm also, for those that of course don't know, you can see on top of my head, I'm keeping track of the White Sox Cubs game that's going on right now. It's my World Series, so hopefully they're down 4-1 right now, which is not what I wanted to see after I turned it off for this. But of course, that is probably what happens in White Sox baseball, for those that, of course, know. But we can take a look at, we got 3 minutes to Saratoga. They'll probably take a little bit. We can start looking at Woodbine if you guys want. It's an optional claimer 40, going 6.5 on the synthetic. The favorite right now over at Woodbine is the number 1 in there. And as I click back to it, it's the number 1 Summer Commanders for Simon Stewart and Jose Campos at 2-1 right now. Chris, this is a horse that's very fast, but there's other horses I think that might be even faster. Number 4, granted off the layoff, but 50 BMG looks to be very fast as well. And that horse that the previously trained Wesley horse, Wyco, has shown a ton of speed in the past. Not in that last race, but looks to be a ton of speed. Where'd you end up going at Woodbine for their race 7?
I'm 5-2-1-4.
5-2-1-4. The 5 Shadow Realm looking at 5-1 right now, Chris. That's a pretty good price, and you are banking that there's gonna be some decent speed for this horse to close.
Yep, absolutely.
Charlie, obviously, again, looked at a ton of races today. I know you're also, we've been big on Wyco in the past over at Keeneland. Obviously now not train led by Wesley Ward, but where'd you end up going in this race?
Yeah, I actually landed on the 5 as well for the same reasons. I was just looking through this field, and all I was seeing is, as you go through it, the 1's going to go, the 2's going to go, the 4 just inside of the 5 is going to have to go. And then as you look to the outside, you've got the 7 who's speed as well. There's not really many that have shown an ability to sit off. So to me, the main 2 I was interested in were the 5 and the 8 for that exact reason. I think that those will be the 2 that are probably going to be sitting towards the back. But I think they'll be happy to do so and let these other horses sort of tire each other out and turn for home with enough left in the tank.
No, I mean, absolutely. I ended up going with the 8, I believe, Yacht Boy in this race. going to be most likely, if you could be the favorite, most likely second choice, though. And I saw the same thing you guys did. The only thing is that I think the number 5 might be a little bit better in the fact that he might have a little more upside than the 8. But this will also be first time off the layoff for Robert Tiller, who is pretty decent off of the layoff. And I see, as I'm going to bring up Saratoga right now as they're about to go into the gate here, but I do see a wild man who's a wild working man that we haven't seen much on these weekend shows, but he's got a little bit of a slower day, so definitely want to bring him in for his opinions. The Delmar guru himself, Noah Maher. Noah, what's going on, my friend? How you doing?
What's going on, fellas? I thought it was going to be a pretty low-key day, and then I texted you, Kyle, got some stuff, so I had to take care of that, but I wanted to come on and talk some races with you guys.
No, absolutely. And obviously we'll get to Delmar later. We've had an absolutely fantastic start to your to anyone that bought the power picks. Delmar has been absolutely on fire. But next race going in at Saratoga again. The weather's kind of soured us. Did you look at this next race at Saratoga at all, Noah?
I did, and if I come in with this dramatic entrance, you'd expect me to come up with something a little more creative, but I just can't get by this too. Keeping it real, I'm sure you guys talked about it. He's second off of a long layoff. Was a big favorite last time, and the horse that ended up winning was just kind of a wire to wire winner, and he was kind of in chase mode, and that was a big number from the winner that day. So I expect a pretty good effort, and it seems like the inside's been pretty good all day from what I've been watching. And if he gets onto a pretty good lead, I think he's going to be tough to catch in here.
Yeah, and it's kind of all the way we say it. This is a lot of us is a sit-out race for a lot of us, just for the sole fact of where I find it hard to beat the chalk in this one. So they're trying to get like I said, we're doing the Gulfstream Park dance again, but it looks like they're finally getting to the 7 furlong shoot as they start loading into the gate here. Tilla Carroll says Saratoga 2-horse early speed inside and speed holds now with Pratt riding. Definitely agree from a lot of us. Attila, thanks so much for joining the show. I don't think I've ever seen that name before, so greatly appreciate you joining the show on Sunday. Rob N says single to Chad philosophy. That exacta just paid for $120 in the Toga pick 5. Yeah, Rob, that was an absolutely, like I said, that was an absolutely fantastic hit. Hopefully you can keep going. And yeah, Terry Frank says, hey, no, almost got that BC yesterday. And
Terry, don't remind me.
You're bringing up old wounds, disgusting. I think, on that one.
Well over 700,000 and growing in the final minute.
You guys can hear Frank, right?
Yeah, a little bit higher.
Gotcha. Hold on one second.
Chris, does that say the old man? I feel like you got to go a little easier on yourself these days.
Well, I mean, with all of you guys, I mean, now that you're on, the cumulative age of the three of you is probably older than me now, which is great. So stay on.
Glad I could help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do shows with David Harrison, so I was never the old man there, but
awaiting his turn.
David also not a turf sprint fan. We had a show once where we had like 5 or 6 straight turf races, turf sprints, and he was just annoyed.
One more.
Christophe Clement was his nemesis, but I understand he's doing better now with McGill.
The last one.
All right, and they're loading in one more here at Saratoga. Mr. Big, haven't seen your name before as well. Good luck to you, my friend. He likes the 6 in Saratoga. Good luck. Here they go.
Here they go.
And they're off.
Flavian really trying to get to the lead.
Crescendo's Rain,
Yeah,
Mission
no kidding.
Hill is up in the mix through the opening
They
stage.
need to plant more trees.
Crescendo's Rain, who is the fastest immediately.
There's the Charlie
followed by
Baker horse.
Spiteful Storm in the red colors. And here comes Too Honest
Can't
Mischief.
put a camera higher to where we don't have to worry about the trees.
Is fourth, keeping it real.
No, they suffer from Arlington Park syndrome on that one.
Long four racing inside Mission Hill.
No, I went to Hollywood Park for a long time, and they never had these trees there.
The field 22-2 for the opening quarter
You can
mile.
count the 2 out of this.
Rain taking them to
I
the
don't
free
see it.
goal, pressed hard by Spiteful Storm.
It's going to need to be
who's a
way
neck
better.
Back second, it's 2 more. Too Honest Mischief.
Used him early, and
Outside of him, creeping right into contention, putting his head in third. Behind them, keeping it real, has 5 lengths to make up. He is 2 lengths in front of Solo Jim,
still
who's
there.
down on the inside. And Game Bread is in behind him. They're at the top of the stretch. Crescendo's Reign still in front, keeping it real, trying to muscle his way
God.
between horses and gets a clear shot now on the outside of them.
Oh, he's coming.
It real
Yep.
continues to grind away under
No,
Florian.
that's true.
Is right up to
It's
Crescendo.
flying.
Won't
Yeah.
go away.
Howard brought
And
up the 3.
Solo Jim.
8-3.
Nope.
Reign,
I-
them all
Charlie
away.
Baker, first time out. I did
Keeping it real was third.
That inside is very good.
very good indeed. And we used to always joke about it out when we were at Arlington with all the old guys out there. Clean faces win races, and that is one for sure. I mentioned the 8 and the good breeding that 8 had. But I couldn't get past the 4% in the last 5 years, first time out for Charlie Baker with a .29 ERA. But I guess I just gotten over my own. Like I said, that's a half to sacrosanct for those that missed it. So lots of good New York bred breeding in there. So again, congratulations to Charlie Baker. I wish I just got over my own fear of it. But yeah, the 3 ran very well. So credit to Howard on that pick. Was flying late, just couldn't get home in what looks to be a much worse part of the track than usual. Let's see where we got coming up here at Woodbine. We got 3 minutes to Woodbine, and then 6 minutes over at Monmouth as they come out to the track there. We brought it up a little bit at Woodbine, Noah. Both Chris and Charlie like the number 5 Shadow Realm. I like the 8 Yacht Boy for the same exact reason. Looks to be a little bit amount of speed in here. We're hoping that it does fall apart late and either the 5 or the 8 can come up. Did you look at this race?
Yeah, I did. I glanced at it, and I'm going to make it a 2-2 ball game here. I'm a little interested in the 8-2 Kyle Yacht Boy. Like you said, I just saw there was a good amount of speed. I think it helps when there's a lot of speed in these races to be drawn outside. Obviously has a plethora of races here at Woodbine and has done well. I guess the worry would be he does like to finish second a lot. You can see he's finished second 5 out of his last 6 races, but maybe there's just enough speed for him to kind of get over the hump today.
No, absolutely. And that's the hope. I agree. This is another wide open betting board over at Woodbine. You got 2 horses at 7-2, 1 horse at 4-1, and then your favorite, who actually is the number 5 as of right now. So I don't know if you guys both absolutely slammed that horse coming into the gate here, but Shadow Realm for Siddharth and Pablo Moran is your morning line favorite as they walk to the gate here at Woodbines. So
I did not Matt Miller bet it, but I'm 5-2-1-4 here.
I was gonna say, did you just slammed $20,000 on this horse to make him go down to 3-1?
And, we know where Matt is. He's not paying attention to this, so he didn't do it either.
That's true, absolutely. As he's having a fantastic time out in Japan for sure.
Is he still there?
I believe so. Yeah,
I thought he was texting us it was sometime yesterday, or was it the day before, like in the afternoon? I'm like, isn't he still there? It's got to be whatever time over there.
Oh, well,
it's like 11.
Is it 11?
Time, so 10, 11 hours ahead. So
okay,
he's communicating sporadically, but I'm leaving him alone so he doesn't get in trouble with the family.
No,
it sounds like he's been having a blast, and it sounds like it's been quite the heat storm too.
Well, yeah, he said that, but he can't log into Twin Spires, so no tournaments for him.
Oh, that's
yeah. Oh no, now we got to play Twin Spires because now we all have a chance to play. Howard goes, if the 3 breaks, he wins. Monster Ever, Tough Flash did have the exacta though, so congratulations, get the exacta in there. Tom Espinoza likes Yacht Boy as well. Tom, that's what I like to hear. Attila says Flavian not riding like Pratt. You could tell Pratt the whole time in that race if you watched it, trying to get to the insides. He did not want to go outside one bit. So obviously Flavian knows exactly what the track is doing. Right at the wire says couldn't like the Chad there if he hadn't won by now with in the money finishes. I agree, and you're looking at 1-2 on that horse as well. And Louis Carbone, they said not a good idea to ride in New York today outside of California yesterday. At least for this weather that we're having. That is definitely for sure. Here we go, guys, as they load up into the gate for Woodbine 7. And then we'll go right to Monmouth after this, guys.
Outside to Yacht Boy. So Cooler Man, the last to link up.
Charlie, you playing Gulfstream today?
with the front of the gate open.
I played that one horse that we were talking about earlier, and then I tried to play a firster, but it didn't go through, and the horse won. So I would have been 2 for 2, but had that monster we talked about that belongs in stakes races. Just might run it in a 12-5.
Pulls right back out, however.
They just had me right about a decent 2-year-old race. There was a Safi that
that might have been who I caught. Was it the 7?
Yeah, so the one looked like he was gone and then just absolutely hit a wall, and then here comes Safi's other horse and just runs by him.
He was working monsters, so I liked him. Are you going to do a write-up on that other horse or no?
Really good start on the outside and 50 BMG the center.
We don't cover that kind of quality. Too high for
a
our
little
state.
too high quality. No, this 5 broke pretty damn well for a horse that we're expecting to sit.
Shadow Realm in 4th.
The 8 also broke really well.
The center. Waiko on the inside. Yacht Boy got back to second last. And away last is Cooler Man. About 8 lengths.
You saw that comment.
50 BMG in front. Leads by a length to Reload's Rebel. 1.5 Summer Commander lobbing along in third.
Chris Couples.
A length away Shadow Realm. Waiko mid-pack making ground on the inside. Behind them is Yacht Boy.
Gotta be honest, I was expecting a little more pace for him.
22-1 the first quarter. Racing to the 3/8 and showing the way still. 50 BMG. Reloads Rebel edging up.
Oh my God, this 8 is moving.
Third Summer Commander followed by Shadow Realm making ground. Yacht Boy on the outside pretty well. Waiko is next, and for the first time showing interest next pitch as they bunch. And last Cooler Man turning in front. And Summer Commander's coming after 50 BMG.
Oh God, the 5 just got slammed into the parking lot.
Center, down the outside, Shadow Realm, Yacht Boy and Waiko. And now on the outside, Summer Commander racing to the front. Summer Commander took over from 50 BMG. Shadow Realm next pitch running on late. Summer Commander in front by a length and holding as they come down to the wire. And Summer Commander, too good for them. Getting up to
that
run.
5 honestly ran huge.
50 BMG followed by Yacht Boy, and then next pitch time 116.
8 goes to the parking lot. The 1 just slips out the rail, and
one sits right off perfect trip. 5 gets slammed into the parking lot and can't get there in time.
Absolutely beautiful ride by Jose Campos there. Obviously, banking on that horse is going to go on the front end, and then got just a perfect seam there for that one. We got 0 minutes to post, but they're still going to do the Gulfstream Park post drag disease dance. So we got a little bit of time to talk Monmouth here. This is a claiming 5,000, 6 furlongs dirt sprint. Your favorite right now in a 7-horse field is number 2, and a pretty heavy one at that. 3 to 5 right now on the 2. Second choice and third choice are both 9 to 2 and 5 to 1. The 4 is 9 to 2. The 7 is 5 to 1. Chris, where'd you end up here in this race?
It's going to be really tough to beat the big favorite there, I think.
Yeah, it looks to be. And the funny thing is that the 2 is going to be on the lead, but according to this is something you don't see very much on Timeform. For those, we all watch Timeform. The 2 is going to be on the lead and has the best late pace figure in this race, which I think is I guess a test to how good this 2 probably is in this field. Noah, again, claiming 5,000. We don't play many of the. I know. And there goes Chelsea as
Chelsea and Sugar
as usual, making themselves go nuts. Noah, did you look at this race?
I did. I couldn't get past the fact if you switch over to the PPs, Kyle, the 2 was in a grade 3 2 races back, and then 2 back was in an optional 62 and ran second. Like, I mean, he's competitive in these high level races. Is off for 5 or 6 months, and then they throw him into a $5,000 claimer, which, like, typically if you see a big drop like that, that's just a complete no when you're trying to bet a race like this. But then he got the job done at 2 to 5, so he's done it once. It seems like he can do it again. This trainer is good off the claim. Paco, you have to use him up in Seaport, and I'd be really tough. Chris, you've kind of had this resume, at least from what I've heard, that you've got some prices. I'm surprised you don't have anyone for us in second here. A little ice cold.
The 7 or the 6, I can see potentially being the upsetter here. The 7, 2 for 8 at the distance. 6 has not won at the distance in 3 tries, but sometimes you just don't have to push it, right? I mean, they're either there or they're not, and today they're not right now. But we may have a few other ones as we get a little longer in the day here, but I am looking forward to Del Mar tonight.
The second
I am too.
Unsolved Mystery.
Big
firing
fan,
forward.
personally.
Second comes after that front
Big
runner,
fan, this
Pebble,
guy.
and now Unsolved Mystery, the favorite, takes control. Shows
Paco's
the way
just
here,
going to
half
go to the
length
front,
from Smooth
catch me
Pebble there on
later.
the
Up
outside.
the race.
To Soft
2-6.
Survival Desire outside of her.
Told
Yeah.
you the 6, so we'll see if it's got anything.
Champagne Rose second to last, and slow starting Frosted Diamond is trailing as they go into the far turn. Unsolved Mystery, 3 furlongs to go.
Especially when the tractor beam gets activated. For
Those
the
fours in a
These two are matching their motors, rounding the turn.
4 is well in.
Desire creeping in 3 wide at the quarter pole. These 3
Oh,
have opened
one
up
look back I
7.
saw.
Top Champagne Row in third. Softster calls it a day. The others are well behind at the top of the stretch. Willful
Paco have
Desire's gotten the right
copious
stretch.
amounts of
Here he
horse
comes on
now,
the outside
still.
to challenge Unsolved Mystery, who fights on from the inside here.
Guess who Robert Stack is?
Third furlong to go. Unsolved Mystery keeps going. Now
No,
Pop the
that's why I'm
Look at
the
this
only
7
charging
flying.
down the center of the track. Unsolved Mystery. Pop the Champagne Row is diving late. It's going to be tight. And
Oh, he
it's
got him, I think.
Ooh,
I think he got him.
with Unsolved Mystery, it got very, very tight.
Look at that. All it takes was a 30-second right before the race, and Chris Walsh gives
It
out
was so hard
the-
to tell who won it. They were so far
gives out
apart,
the
very
long
tight.
shot that ends up beating the 2 there. Little life.
9-2 morning line, 6-1 off. And of course, you guys don't know who Robert Stack is, but he used to host that show, Unsolved Mysteries.
I watched
That's
literally every
that's
other
something every
show
day.
on that network but Unsolved Mysteries. I swear to God. They
He was
got
also in the movie Airplane.
yes, that
Mhm.
is true. That's very correct. God, I haven't seen Airplane in forever.
Oh, I like watching that movie like once a month.
Oh, you definitely got him. Absolutely. I wasn't even that
Kyle,
close.
Kyle, you see who's in the chat?
I do see who's in the chat. Do we want to bring him up though? Is that the question?
Well, I think we should at least address him because yours truly is actually not writing the power picks today. It was Jackson. So if they go
Mr.
really poorly and the ROI plummets, then you know who to blame.
Mr. That's what I like to hear. Mr. Sunday, as he's now known around the Delmar power picks, as he likes to write it, as he writes it now for Saturday, says speed, Caddyshack as well. Don't have it, unfortunately, but Pop the Champagne Row put up at Monmouth on the board. Let's see what we got.
Number 7, Pop the
We
Champagne
got 17
Row
minutes
first.
now to Saratoga, so we got some pretty decent time in between these races, and I don't believe in the Delmar. Yeah, we still got 41 minutes to the start of Delmar. Guys, lots of good amount of people watching. Greatly appreciate everyone showing support to the HHH Racing Podcast. Again, guys, as we talked about at the beginning of the show, if you guys are enjoying the show, please hit the like button for us. That would be greatly appreciated because not only does it show us you guys enjoy these weekend shows, but also it pushes these videos and other ones of our podcast out into YouTube's algorithm to hopefully bring other horse players that are watching videos on YouTube right here to the HHH Racing Podcast Network. And of course, for that, we really thank you guys a lot. And yeah, that's already put up official $15.20 winner there over at Monmouth. So congratulations to anyone that ended up picking that horse. And if you're like Chris Walsh, all it takes is a quick 30-second. All of a sudden you pick him up. That's what the man does.
I had an entertainment wager there, but as we get to Saratoga here, I think the 2 longer prices that I like would be the 2 and the 7. 2 has not run at the distance yet. None of these horses have won at the distance yet, and they're going 12 furlongs, so it's quite the trip on the inner turf, which is good.
Yes.
But 2 and 7 would be my longer price plays. Kyle, I'm going to step out for just a minute. I got some weather issues here I got to do.
Yep.
So I will pop back in here in a minute, and I'll let you guys cover the rest of this race.
No worries, Chris. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, boys. This is probably the best race we're going to cover on the entire day. So on the entire day, this is the Grade 2 Glen Falls Stakes, going 1.5 miles on the turf. 4-year-olds are older fillies and mares, excuse me. And your morning line favorite on the board right now is the number 1 La Mejana for Miguel Clement and Flavian Pratt, who I knew someone liked in the chat. Katie Horse likes Miguel's. And she said the Lake George, but I'm assuming she meant in the Glens Falls. Lake George was yesterday, right? If I'm not mistaken. I got so many races blending together.
I believe so, yeah.
I think it was yesterday. Yeah, we'll go with yesterday. Don't worry. If anyone corrects us in the chat, then we won't even acknowledge them. But the 2 no-show Sammy Joe is one that I think is interesting. I don't have this horse in there, but however, ran a great race last time out at Aqueduct at 1 mile and 3/8. Both races over 1 mile and 1/8 for this horse have been very, very good. Noah, like I said, I do enjoy me a good marathon turf race, and I think there's a lot of interesting ways you can go in here. Miguel Clement's got 2 3, excuse me, between the number 1 La Mejana, the number 3 Sakaya, and the number 6 Baeza. Not to be confused with Baeza. So who did you end up going with in here?
I thought you pulled a little Pat Kunzel talking about White Abario on the turf or something like that.
Dude,
Charlie knows what I'm talking about.
Still an all-timer moment, dude. That was awesome.
I'm actually with Chris here. I want to give No Show Sammy Joe one more try. You know, they had her close in the game lead, and then they had her on the lead last time, especially last time. I know she got things her own way, but it kind of seems like she got a little bit lost on the lead. And no disrespect to La Mejana. I mean, she ran her down fair and square, but it was just weird watching the race because you think when you watch it and you go, she just kind of got tired. But then at the gallop out, she goes right past again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was just weird. I want Franco to switch the tactics today. You can see she's had success coming from off of it before. And
yeah,
you know, I think her with the target makes a little sense. I'm loving the 6-1 right now. And I feel like just based off of the last race, people might be dismissing her a little bit, but I wouldn't fault anyone to go into either the 1 or the 6 here, just trying to get a little cute.
And you and I and Charlie as well now become a lot more visual handicappers as we go. Look at the reach on this. I mean, this horse is really reaching out as she switches leads here. I mean, she never looks like a loser from this spot. And I agree with you. I don't know if, like you said, she got like a little lost or La Mejana was just ending up being better down the stretch that day and just pips her at the last second, perfectly timed ride there. But I don't disagree with you. I think, especially at 6-1.
Here, watch this, Kyle.
What's up?
Oh, I was going to show you the gallop out.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot.
I know our good buddy Howard would have loved it. Literally
the whole reason why I clicked on this race and I click off of it.
Hey, stop giving me crap there on the show, big guy. What's up, everyone?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Look at that.
Charlie's alive. What's up, Charlie? How you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I still trying to figure out that Gulfstream bomb for the question I got earlier. I got to be honest, this time of year, it's not so easy to find.
I hear you. I need a few minutes to recover from my 3-horse losing that first leg at Saratoga. The reason I'm on, I'll be on just for a few minutes here, guys, and then I'll come back later, everyone. I do have some intel in this race that I want to share.
Please.
There are 3 Miguel Clement horses in this race. Can you go to the number 3 a second? Sakaya is partially owned by Adelphi, and I have some intel that I want to share with everyone. Take it or leave it. Do whatever you want. She's 20-1. I don't want to give too much info out of respect to Matt Couture, but I just want to say a few things. First of all, this horse, they thought highly of her, and they bought her over the winter in partnership with Stephen Rocco, who's one of their main ownership groups. And they liked this horse coming over here with the intention of running in these long distance turf races for fillies and mares, specifically in New York this summer. She has not run great in her first 2. She was on the lead, guys, in Europe. And for some reason, whatever the situation, she has not been on the lead. I will tell you, the instructions are clearly to send in this race. Now, and size is on, obviously. I don't know if she's good enough, guys. On paper, she doesn't look that way. But the reason why I bring this up mainly is because I think this does hurt the 5 a little bit. I know a lot of people like the 5. I'm not saying the 5 can't win, but I think a lot of people projected the 5 to be on the lead in this race. And if Saez has anything to say about it, that is not going to happen, number 1. Number 2 is some of the best races the 3 has run have been on softer turf, if you go back and look at
of course,
her form. And number 3, she's more one pace. She doesn't have like a crazy turn of foot. She's been working well. And Miguel Clement, guys, is pretty smart guy and an excellent trainer. And I will say, I'll paraphrase what Matt Couture sent me, who is the, for those of you who don't know who I'm talking about, he's the managing partner for Adelphi. He said, Matt Couture said, quote, "I was surprised Miguel wanted to try her again in stakes company," which leads me to believe that Miguel thinks there's something here.
Mm-hmm.
So look, I'm not saying the 3 is going to win. I'm just giving people information. I'm using her underneath. It's not like we haven't seen a horse walk the dog in New York in a 3-turn race and do something good at a price. So anyway, I'm going to let everyone do the great analysis and watch the rest of the races. I'll be back in about an hour, but I'm playing Sakai underneath, guys, and I'm playing an insanity win bet because there's absolutely no way I'm going to let this horse win at 20-1 in a field that is good, but there are really no killers in here, are there?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, my top choice is the 6, but I just want to talk about the 3 a little bit because that is an Adelphi horse, and thanks to Matt Couture for sending me some information because I asked for it this morning. Good luck to everyone in the Glen Falls. We'll see everyone a little bit later. Kyle, keep up the great work.
Appreciate it, Howard, and thanks again for the information. Really good. All right, guys, let's keep it going here. I actually like that information a lot on Sakai because without that, you would never imagine this horse would be on the lead, at least in her first couple starts here in the U.S. But if she's on the lead in Europe, obviously we talk about the difference between European speed and American speed. And I am one of those people that does like the 5. Although, like I said, Sakai could be really good. I might play her underneath, but if the 5 gets, if the 3 sends to the lead, what's stopping Jose from just sitting, a length behind her and just going past her at the top of the stretch? That's one thing I really do like out of this horse. I feel like she's shown the ability to rate, not only in her last race in the Anchorage at Churchill, but also going back to her Turfway starts for Brendan Walsh at a mile. I really do like this horse. I think Bill Morley is one of those trainers that not a lot of people know, but a lot of people should know, being a trainer that's definitely branched out a lot, used to run a lot of horses in the Midwest. So Long Ago is definitely one I'm very interested in, especially that 3-1 is a nice price. But again, if you're getting 20-1, it's a Kai underneath. I'll definitely be placing a little bit underneath. Chris, I know you mentioned a little bit in this race. No, I'll go to you first, and then we'll run down the line here as it shows on the screen. Baeza is a really good horse. Ran very well in the New York behind horses that would be 1 to 1 million in here. She feels pretty, and even Beach Bomb is a very nice long-distance turf horse. Last time out, ran really nice on the firm. Maybe the yielding hurt her a little bit, but Galileo breeding, you'd have to imagine this horse will be ready. Where did you end up going in this race?
You talking to me?
Yes, sir.
I kind of made my case for the 2, didn't I?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know why.
I want to hear what Charlie Chalkman has to say about this race.
Yeah, I'm not. Now, look, don't get me wrong. Compared to someone else on this podcast right now, I am not the worst at this kind of racing. Believe me, I've met some people that have quote unquote never picked a winner on this. As far as I've watched the Keeneland, especially those turf pick 3s. But so yeah, I mean, look, this is a tough race. Last time out, I did end up going with La Mejana when this horse ran last time. I thought got a nice setup. I thought Pratt rode beautifully. However, she is ultra inconsistent, and in these kinds of races, I don't like to go on chalk. Last time, she was still fairly short, but I just really liked how she was moving into that race. And I like that Pratt got back aboard. Now, him staying aboard would probably make this be my top pick, but if we're going price shopping, even though I was against no-show Sammy Joe last time, I agree with a lot of what Noah said, and I was seeing that too. I understand, got beat, but stayed on. I think can get a nice setup in this race and sit closer. And obviously, I'll have the jump on La Mejana. And I just think price difference-wise, to me, visually, those are the 2 that have been most impressive. If you're telling me in these kinds of races where they can beat up on each other all the time, I'm getting triple the price on no-show Sammy Joe. I feel like the 2 has to be worth a look here. However, but the fact that Noah likes the horse, maybe that's why this horse floated up to 6-1.
Yeah, there we go. Same thing for you.
Yeah, and there's the little twist at the end, of course, as usual with these two clowns on the show. Chris, I know you like a no-show Sammy Joe as well. Of course, before you had to take off, you're back now. Obviously, both of the other guys like no-show Sammy Joe. So I don't know if that wavers your opinion at all with these 2 guys liking the horse. But what do you want? Do you want to add anything on no-show Sammy Joe?
First time at the distance, so you can certainly give it a look at 6-1. But Dazzling Dictator, I ran Ortiz at 9-1. Rad's running pretty damn well, so you've got to like that price there. I don't have a lot of love for the 3. You know, I know Howard's into that as well, but yeah, no, just not for me. You know, Miguel, second race back is 25%. Second race with horse is 40%. You know, those are 25 and 20 out there, but certainly has a shot, I think. But I'm going to put the 2 and the 7 in the win spot here.
Yeah, no, I don't hate that at all. We all were, you know, when I can't, the horse's name is slipping my mind, but the horse won at 24-1 with Irad aboard, and we're all looking at it now. We're like, well, that was freaking dumb. And I know Chris said, I'm not letting Irad win at 24-1 and not bet it or something along those lines.
You just can't do that. I mean, it's just, yeah, you have to go. Got to watch the tote board here. We haven't had the late odd shift here at Saratoga as much as we had at Del Mar. But, you know, they do happen, and we'll see what happens when we get closer to the gate here. We're at 3 minutes to post.
Because I believe, someone can correct me if I'm wrong completely. I think NYRA instituted like a, doesn't CAWs, at least in the win pool, have to be in by like the 2 minutes to post mark or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Some type of rule like that. So, which is nice from that regard, but of course, they're still able to do the computer players and the exactas and all that type of pools as well. So, still needs to be kept in that mind if you're playing those other pools. One thing I will bring up, Adam is a new viewer. I've never seen this name before. Greatly appreciate you joining the show. The 2 is off Lasix from last time out. Does that concern you at all, guys? Of course, I'll bring that to you. For me, I'll be completely honest. Lasix is not something I look to a whole lot, especially like for a horse like No Show, Sammy Joe, especially as she's been running at these marathon races. She has 2 marathon races in her life going longer than a mile and an eighth. Last time out with Lasix, where she only lost by 1, and Noah pointed out that we showed on the gallop out, she actually galloped out in front. So that's an interesting point. And in the Long Island at a mile and 3 at Aqueduct last year, she only lost by a nose to Be Your Best, who was a very, very nice marathon turf runner. So especially when you can see Noah, and obviously Charlie, Chris, feel free to add on anything you want. When she has a very good race off of Lasix as well, even though she's coming off Lasix in here, I don't necessarily give that as much a look as I'm sure a lot of other people do.
No, and I'm with you. I mean, I think the Long Island was probably the best race that she has on the page. I know she had a 93 in the Jenny Wiley, but she was a little over her head that day, and that's a pretty good field. I mean, Excellent Truth came back and upset Shefield's pretty not too long ago, only a couple weeks ago. So I think she's just, like you said, got a good number on the page that you can kind of trust in a way. But in terms of looking for key angles and things that I'm keying on in this race, I'm just really hoping that they switch the tactics because, like I said, I think she kind of just got lost on the lead, and hopefully she's not too far back like she was in the Long Island because she was coming from way out of it that day. But more of stuff that we've seen from her, maybe 2.5 lengths off.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Don't disagree with you by any means. I believe we're getting pretty close here to post time at Saratoga as I bring us back on the screen here, and we'll bring back our order. They're doing the dance as usual behind the gate out on the dirt course. So a couple minutes here, guys, and then we will go. Actually, Monmouth looks like it's actually going to run before Woodbine will. So we'll take a look at Monmouth's last race, and then we'll go straight to Woodbine after we talk for a couple minutes. But again, thank you guys all so much for watching. We greatly appreciate it as I put in my bets for this next race here at Saratoga. Because, like I said, I know a lot of people are on this 5, but if Sakaya does go to the lead, and even if Longo beats Sakaya to the lead, I like her in many different ways. Even if she can sit off Sakaya, go to the lead. She's had a lot of nice races, and 7-2 I feel like is a good enough price to find out. Beleza Belleza is a horse that I actually did end up picking on top originally, but if she's going to go off as 2.5 times less of a price than the 5 is, I'm much more inclined to take a shot on the 5 than the 6. But of course, the 6 is, in my opinion, the class of the race. But for Howard, I will be putting a little bit of an exacta with Sakaya underneath, just in case we do the old Saratoga merry-go-round as usual.
So you guys like the gallop out? We should have a day where we like just spend on the gallop out. Who wins the gallop out?
You don't tempt Howard. He loves a good gallop out.
Oh, I know. I'm tempting him with this.
He loves a good gallop out.
You could do ones with the gallop out, hunch plays, bet the same jockey, trainer combo days. I think there's some ways that we can make this interesting.
Dude, there's so many different things we can do on this podcast.
Grays,
I guess
bet all the grays.
bet the
We used to have a Grays race at Gulfstream all the time. It's probably before Charlie was born.
Is if it wasn't, Charlie doesn't matter when, Charlie would be betting it. I promise you.
Oh, I love betting Grays.
That shout out to Anthony Kwan in the chat too.
They used to run a main track race and a turf race at the same time. And there was another track that would run one on the main the right way and the turf the wrong way at the same time. And the track announcer would call them both.
Well, I swear there was a track where they'd have a dirt race and a turf race also going on at the exact same time.
Oh yeah, that was Gulfstream. They used to do that they used to do that once a year.
See, Charlie used to be so much better.
All right, gentlemen, here we go as they load in for the Glen Falls, and they're off.
In the Glen Falls, and Dazzling Dictator is asked for early speed, but Long Ago gets the lead very easily.
And Long Ago just goes right to the front.
Long Ago and Jose Ortiz sailing to the front with a 2.5 length
Stop
advantage.
the race.
On the inside,
Stop the race.
And
here we go.
And there goes Sakaya.
There we go.
Trying to put some pressure on Long Ago, and is doing just
Make
that.
them work.
Long Ago is tackled by Sakaya through that opening quarter mile,
Hey.
keeping the pressure on.
I don't care direction.
And they
Back
did
up a
go
little bit.
24 seconds flat for the opening.
Now stop the race for sure.
Mahana is racing in third. They're followed by No Show.
I'll tell you what, the
Joe
one's getting a
racing
fantastic trip on the inside of
Dazzling
both of them
Dictator,
there.
who broke well.
I didn't think the 2 was going to be this far back. I was kind of hoping it'd be a little more forward.
Field with one
I
lap
figured,
to
yeah,
go.
you were gonna hope where
Long Ago,
she's gonna be where the
who
one was.
intent on having that lead to herself, and she
But
I was
again,
kind of hoping that the 3 and 5 would be going faster, and the 1 and 2 would be sitting right off of them.
and then it's La Mahana
but
on the hedge in third.
But Noah, you got what you wanted.
Dazzling
A little bit
Dictator,
of change of
Shows
tactic.
Sammy Joe,
Yeah,
Beleza
change it back.
Second to last, and at the back
I don't
of
see
the
why
field,
she can't outclose the 1.
I was saying, she's been able to close
Six,
before.
too.
48-3 for Long Ago. Long Ago.
Mile and a half on
with
this turf.
Sakaya
That's
at
pretty
What
quick.
Chris is talking about, this 7's not in a bad spot either.
2.5 to Dazzling Dictator, 4 off.
And right behind the trees.
No Shows, Sammy Joe, Joel Rosario, and Beleza second to last, and in front of Lady Firefly.
Joel Rosario
heading
doing
toward the half
Joel
mile
things
hole,
right now.
1:13
Yeah, this 6 is on
and
the
4
hold of all holds.
to go. In front every step of the way.
They're already
Sakaya
asking.
is
Yeah.
still in second, but is now coming under some
Oh my
pressure.
God, the 6 is
Mahana
moving.
is just inside
yep,
of her, and
all
there
right.
goes Beleza. Beleza,
130.
Rosario
Wow, they really
around,
slowed that down though.
inside of that
139 for the
stablemate.
mile.
And Beleza has some run too. In the meantime, No Show Sammy Joe gets into action on the outside as Long Ago is now pushed along to maintain
7
that
and the
lead.
3.
Don't give that up.
La Mahana.
7 and the 3 will make up the last exacta.
To run with Beleza lurking
Oh my
in
God, La
third.
Mahana's
No
just sitting on a
Show,
freaking
Sammy
hold
Joe,
of a
top
lifetime.
The stretch. Long Ago.
Come on, Jose.
is in on the
No.
inside of La Mahana. La Mahana, though, has the momentum and takes command with a 16th of a mile.
Well, that's unfortunate. I did end up betting on my Honda to win, and it's funny because I was going to bet the 2 to win, but because Noah was sold on it, I had to talk myself back out of it because I knew he couldn't win. But I did play a 1-2 exacta pretty heavy, and I thought that was going to work out. But that was
Jesus.
Tremendous.
I mean, she won by
Beleza.
We're waiting for the
10?
7
Long
3.
ago, No Show Sammy Joe, but it was a
I'll tell you
Wow.
what, though, Kyle. I don't think you could have asked for a better ride on the
No.
5.
no. It just wrong. It is what it is. Not the got an easy lead and just not good enough. But I
Let me
think
ask
still
you
held
this,
on
Kyle.
second.
Do you think at all any of it is maybe this is also like pushing the limits just like a little too far for this one?
Yeah, probably the extra eighth. I mean, you could see right at the 8th pole. I mean, she was already fading back
Just because
completely.
she ran huge, by the way. And
Yeah.
like I know we didn't even talk because we only talk about marathon races, but she ran pretty big last time when she narrowly lose to Pin Up Betty, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
And obviously that's a really nice horse. So, yeah, I mean, I think this is one that's versatile, but maybe this is, and like obviously can go long. Maybe this is just a little one because obviously you also see when she won at her marathon race 2 back, she got away with pretty cold fractions.
Yep. exactly. So
Also, wait, somebody said in our chat. Sorry, I didn't go on. Kai. I swear somebody in our chat said that the 5 was like such a safe bet to finish like as an underneath horse because of the setup, and they were right.
yeah, there
I don't
was
remember
someone
what.
in there. I don't exactly see where that was, but definitely someone said it. Whoever saw it said it, please put in there because that was definitely a good call on that one. Your second choice over your favorite, over your third choice there at Saratoga in the Glen Falls Stakes that just turned into a romp, honestly, at some point in the middle of that. Lamehana just showing her class. Guys, let's head on over to Monmouth here as we got 0 minutes. Again, they're going to do the dance, so we still got a little bit of time here to talk. The favorite is 2-1, the number 4, Turf Rocket. Paco is back aboard for this one, I believe, on a little bit of a drop. Chris, again, still a decently open betting board, though. Where did you end up here at Monmouth?
6. Mia Vida.
Mia Vida, a horse that has run well both on dirt and on turf. Hoping for a decent lead then, I would assume, right? Because you got the only other horse you really got to contend with, I believe, is to the inside, the number 3 Authenticate Now, correct?
Yeah, and trainer change 27%. First race off the claim out of 26, so we'll take a price shot here. And we've got Woodbine quickly on our heels here. And Woodbine, they don't mess around, man. They go.
Nope. So we'll quickly around here. Charlie, did you look at this Monmouth race, and who'd you like in this one?
I honestly did not get a chance to look at it. It was focused on the Toga race we just covered.
Nope, no worries at all. Noah, did you look at this one by any chance?
No, I'm a little preoccupied. I just got an incoming race file, so I'm a little busy. But let's just ride Chris. Why not? I mean, he's been pretty out.
Yeah, we just take it like that. I think the 4 obviously is probably the horse to beat in here off the drop. And then Chris, we'll head over to Woodbine here. Like I said, we'll talk about it, and then we'll just go back to back on the viewing here. This is a really nice race. This is the Thunder Bay for Ontario breds here. Field of 8. The favorite right now, I believe, is the 6, if I'm not mistaken. Brengan Girl, I believe is how you say it. Kevin Attard for Savachi at 4-1 right now. Actually, just topped back up. So Wozniacki is your favorite at 2-1. The 5 now back up to 5-2. We'll obviously see a bunch of different odds changes here late. Chris, where did you end up in the Thunder Bay?
The 3 Sweet Passions.
6-1, good price for Munger, who hops back aboard here. Again, this is another race. She has been good towards the front, but this looks to be a pretty decent pace in here, so I'm sure you're hoping for them to go pretty quick up front.
Yeah, I want a pace setup here. Has beaten better on synthetic. Turf effort in the last is a concern, but that's why it's 6-1.
No, absolutely, but still didn't run that bad necessarily, but as they kind of blanketed in that she was 6th, but only by 2.5. So we'll see if she can come back and improve. But I think 5-1 is a good price to take a shot there in that one. But any one of you other guys, anyone else look at this next stakes race here at Woodbine?
Yeah, I thought the 5 was at least worth a look. I just thought maybe, this distance would suit this one a little bit better than some of these other shorter prices and could get the setup. I was kind of hoping maybe the horse would float up a little bit. Just because I don't think she's faced much, but when, as I say that, has now gone to favorite. That's brilliant. I know Noah's going to crucify me for that one, but yeah, I like the setup for the 5, but it's definitely not a strong opinion. It's a pretty tough race.
Are you an Apple user, Charlie?
Am I an Apple user? Yeah.
Okay, well then you should like the 5.
Absolutely. All right, let's see if I'm trying to maneuver this. See if I can get it to look decent. We're going to go.
Steve Wisniewski. He was the guy that produced the first 2 US festivals before the 3 of you were born.
Yes, very true, actually. I got a little bit of tenure on these guys, Chris. I can pull my weight a little bit. Yep, I do. And we're going to go double box here, or try to at least. We got Monmouth on the left, Woodbine on the right.
Look at you doing a double box.
That's what happens when you get tracks running over each other. Stupid.
Boys, it's fine. We're in the witching hour.
I think that's the highlight of the show so far.
Got the red zone double box going.
Yeah. Got 2
we need the octo box. That's what we really need.
That would be elite.
backs away.
I've actually
We'll
said
track.
that, by the way. Like, I've said that they should do like a horse racing version. Like, I know TVG kind of does it, but like, I think it'd be cool, even if it's on a slight delay, to have like 4 or 5 races all up at once.
Miss Rummy Cube to her inside as they head down the back stretch. Miss Rummy Cube.
Jeez, that Paco horse went off at 4 to 5.
All going well.
Yeah.
5 furlongs to go.
Tell you what, his name's got a strong bull.
Length ahead, 8.5 now as Authenticate now got a breather on the first turn, comes back on to press the issue on the lead. Still a gap of 2 to Mia Vita, who's in third. Victory Girl is fourth on her outside, sent along just a little bit going into that turn, and then Turf Rocket.
They might cross the wire at the same time.
Yeah, this is gonna be close. Should we make a
That would be a
bet?
fun side, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Who's gonna finish first?
Come on with this 6. Come on. Come on.
Up top here, coming to the top of the lane.
Come on with this Monmouth race.
She's done.
I don't know if this Woodbine race got the jump, but I think the Monmouth stretch is shorter.
Find room down on the inside as a cozy thing at the Petty. Turf Rockets coming on down the center of the track. Turf Rockets.
This Monmouth race.
All those early leaders.
Paco,
I think the shorter stretch saved him, though.
It did.
Got him. Yeah. And look at the blanket finish at Woodbine.
Oh my God!
The 3 got him.
There you go.
Nice job, Chris. Good job. Good call. 7 to 1 there. Yep. The first horn of the night or the day. There we go.
Fine.
Good call. 7 to 1. We can get rid of the double box. They actually almost did finish on top of each other. But yeah, Chris, you mentioned it. The 3 needed a pace scenario where it was favorable, and she definitely got it.
Yeah. Improved off the last time out on the turf, which is
Also, we're going into the gate at Gulfstream. I think it's a really fun to beat. It's a beat of sprints.
I hate you.
Oh, they just went off.
Oh, damn. So sad about that.
Who do you have? Who do you have at Gulfstream?
Oh, I didn't touch it. I saw 6. I actually, the sad part is I know a lot of these horses very well.
Can you give us a yellow call?
Yeah.
Not to his level. I wish.
The trailer is fields. It's great.
There we go.
I'll tell you what, there's a great rivalry in this race, though. The more we control the 7 and the 3, my wife knows it all. I like race each other like every time that they get put up against each other.
Control second, Warda 3 wide. David throws toward the rail, but my wife knows it all in fields of green.
Everyone's slow to the quarter.
Happy ride enough for Jose Ferrer off the turn on top. Amore, E-Control, takes the 8th second for Morelos. Up on the inside and now third is David Drozer, an 1/8 of a mile from home. Amore, E-Control, she's tenacious, and she's closing down Happy Ride. Happy Ride is tenacious herself, and these 2 drop the gloves with the 16th to go. Happy Ride inside, Amore, E-Control on the outside. What a race!
Oh my God.
Oh,
wow.
What a race. And this is why, folks, we listen to Gulfstream. Because
I mean, I didn't even watch the race, and I had the most fun out of any race I've seen. I mean, that's what kind of stuff that Pete pulls off.
No, that's the one thing people don't understand about Gulfstream is, like, my bias aside, the one thing we talked about this off camera, the thing you have to give so much credit to Pete Aiello is he doesn't care what time of year it is. He's going to bring it and give you the best announcing in the country and give you these one-liners that make it incredible, no matter whether it's a stakes race or a 5,000 claimant at Gulfstream where you're just hoping they all actually cross the finish line.
I've sat down there in his booth with Pete for an hour and a half covering 3 races. It's amazing. I've watched a lot of race callers call races. Big Stopper, Trevor Demon, once with Larry, Pete Aiello, just a bunch of guys, and Ed Burgart and whatnot. Pete, in his office, the way it sits there is he's got a desk. It faces me, and then the window's behind him. And we'll sit there. He'll be at his desk, and we'll be. I was down there during football season. We were talking football and this, that, and the other. And he's watching he's got a screen above my head that shows the post thing. So he'll go over and go, 3 minutes to post, get your wagers in, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll keep talking. And then he'll get up 40 seconds before the race goes off. And he's got like a regular program that you walk in with. It's not colored. There's no notes. There's no nothing. He'll just turn around and he'll call the horses into the gate and call the race. And just the dude is just an absolute natural. And then we had one where, there was a claim of foul or inquiry or something. And the steward opens the door and goes, this one will be quick. They're going to disallow it. And then that was just the cadence over like 3 or 4 races where he doesn't need anything because he knows everything about those horses there. And you get guys that, like Frank and other dudes that I've seen their programs, and they're completely marked up, colors, everything else, notes, things you might want to say. Pete's all in the head. I mean, one day that guy's going to be calling the Breeders' Cup races, and he should be. He brings the emotion, the energy, and he's super good at the sport. But just a complete natural at doing this.
Yeah, he's been my favorite race caller ever since I started really getting into horse racing. He just, like I said, he brings all the energy in the world. People love his, including me, love his one-liners. Like, you get a good easy money every now and again.
He had a great one this morning.
That's what it's all about, man. So no, we love Pete Aiello. We'd love to have. I think we've had him on the podcast before, and of course, would love.
I got to be on an episode. We have him as a guest.
Yeah,
for sure. And it's not even just his one-liners are great, but it's also the way like that he sells the names. Like one of Noah and I's favorite horses. Hi, hello, how are you?
Yeah.
If there's a way, he doesn't just read every name like you just read it in the program. If he knows that it's supposed to be said away, he sells out to do it.
And Chris said, it's the cadence that he says that, we can talk about this forever, but yeah, Pete Aiello, definitely one of the best. And we were sitting at one more story, then we're going to get into Del Mar, guys, because Del Mar is 8 minutes away.
Yeah, baby.
But yeah, when we were at the Noah and Charlie and I think we were sitting on the stairs or somewhere at the Breeders' Cup 23 at Santa Anita, and we're standing there. It was Friday, and all of a sudden, race goes off. I believe it was like the juvenile Phillies turf or something like that. I believe I can't remember. It was an immersive. It was something like that. Who won that race? And Pete Aiello's on the call. I'm like, dude, this is Pete Aiello. This is awesome. Because he called, I believe, 2 races at the Breeders' Cup 23 at Santa Anita. So, yeah, no, that's, like I said, absolutely fantastic, and would love to meet him at some time in person. Guys, again, 8 minutes up, coming up to Del Mar again, where Noah loves to shine. So, Noah, I got to go to you first, my friend. This is an 150,000 maiden claiming, starting off with a 2-year-old 5-furlong distance sprint on the turf. Again, tons of different ways to go. The morning line favorite right now. Sorry, I keep saying morning line favorite. I'm so used to saying it for our shows during the week. But the favorite right now is the number 4, Rivera, if I'm not mistaken, for John Sadler and Juan Hernandez. Noah, my friend, floor is yours. Where'd you end up going here?
Yeah, not too creative. I landed on the 4 Rivera for Sadler and Juan Hernandez. They bought it for $85,000 as a 2-year-old not too long ago at the OBS sale. And it seems like once she got into the Sadler run, she's been working pretty well. I heard from Andy Harrington, who does a lot of the clockers out on the West Coast, that he was very impressed by what he saw from her in the mornings. And I believe this is the first maiden claiming race for 150,000 that we've seen on the West Coast, because I know they used to do, at least last summer and the summer before that, they would do 100,000, but I think just because of the added purses and the bonuses that they've been giving out over the summer this year, especially, that they bumped that up to 150. So I think she's gonna be running well. I know she's out of a Warfront mare who has had some decent progeny herself. I know an $80,000 winner and one that was pretty good early on in her career, and another one for Shug McGahee. So I think there's a little bit of breeding there. And she's also one that is first crop for Lexingtonian, who has only had a handful of runners so far, $7,500 stud fee for him. So maybe she can rattle off winner number 2 for him. And I think she's 3-2 on the board right now. So I think the money's there. So I'd pay attention to her for sure.
Sadler.
Nobody can claim out of this race. That's for sure.
Shouldn't, no.
But you got to pay I don't know, 10% sales tax on this as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nobody can claim.
You see, everyone's running for a profit in here. I believe the highest price bought is Rivera for $85,000.
I would say that was wild to me. It's like, this is one of those claiming races where actually it's not one where they're just trying to dump it. It's all ones where, the horse costs a lot less than what you're putting it up for.
And like I said, I assume that's the point, like Noah said, nothing should get claimed out of here. So you almost treat this as a nice, as a decent special weight out there as well. Juan Hernandez obviously winning 24% to start off his Del Mar meet as usual, running really well. couple others taking money in. Here's a horse that's already ran before. Stuffy missed the 5 for Victor Garcia and Armando Ayuso. Again, 5-2 on the board for that one. And the other first-time star, Peter Miller's had a good start to his Del Mar meet as well. And this horse has been working up a storm both over at Santa Rosa and then has one work over the track at Del Mar. Bourbon Gleam is a horse that was a winner both on turf and on dirt. Only one starter two starters never had a win though. So, and I don't necessarily like 2-year-olds breaking from the one hole in these types of races where it's so close to the first turn. But again, working very well. It's Peter Miller, 15,000 going for 150. So I'm sure if anyone got claimed out of this race, they definitely wouldn't hate it, as they've turned a profit versus the purchase price. But as we are getting closer here, we got 5 minutes to Del Mar, and then guys, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Monmouth is done for the day, but we still have another good race at Woodbine, and then we got 14 minutes to Saratoga. So we'll go to this Del Mar, this first race at Del Mar, then we will talk Saratoga. And until we listen to Del Mar, excuse me, guys. Again, if you guys are enjoying the show, we've still been hovering around that 50 viewer mark. Again, we greatly appreciate it. If you guys are enjoying, hit the like button. It would greatly help us out. And again, it's completely free to do. And why not? If you guys are enjoying it, we do this every weekend. And we also have live podcasts every Wednesday and then 2 on Thursday now, as Pacific Horse Players move from Tuesday to 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Thursday for the remainder of the Del Mar meet, as they'll cover the Del Mar Saturday card all the way up until they move back to Santa Anita. So, guys, it's going to be a really great summers. Again, we still have Whitney Day at Saratoga. We still have Travers. We still have Pacific Classic Day at Del Mar. We do this every single week. So, again, guys, if you guys are enjoying the show, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you guys know and are notified about every single podcast that gets posted here to the HHH Racing Podcast, because a lot of those bigger days, we will also be posting a lot of tape shows and stuff like that. Again, lots to come on the horizon here on the HHH Racing Podcast YouTube channel, guys. And Del Mar's one of those tracks that's very, very good about their post times, unlike a couple we've already mentioned on the past, so they should be loading up pretty soon here, guys. But
I'm 5'2" here, Kyle, and just one note with that Peter Miller horse. Santa Rosa is closed. SLR is San Luis Rey Downs.
San Luis Rey, that's right. The training center out there. That's correct.
That's the one that had the fire a number of years ago.
Correct. Yes.
That was completely devastating, but hopefully we don't have any more fires out there soon, which is one of the reasons why I left Southern California, because of those damn fires.
Moved all the way to Florida, where you trade fires for hurricanes. So that's
I'll trade fire for hurricanes because I get hurricane notices. You don't get fire notices. But for the first time since 1890, and they kept keeping track of temperatures, Tampa, Florida hit 100 degrees today at the airport. First time ever.
I can't wait to move there. I'm so excited because when it's 70 degrees in December, I can live through the 100 in July. So
absolutely. And you will be a little bit more east of me, but we'll be able to hook up there. And,
oh yeah.
We're certainly going to pound on Howard to get some kind of deal done with Tampa Bay Downs. It's not a bad drive.
No, absolutely not.
Hour and a half. And it would be good to hook up there as well. And then we can go down to Gulfstream.
Yep.
Maybe bring Charlie down there and maybe do a show from there as well. That would be fun.
Yeah. I mean, that would knock off a track. I've never been to Tampa Bay. I've been to Gulfstream once. I haven't been to Tampa Bay. So that would be one.
It's a very nice, it's got like a fair-like feel.
Mm-hmm.
A nice grandstand. Reminds me of Los Alamitos. Great backdrop. In the winter, it's just kind of perfect. It's a sand-based track. They've also got a poker room if you're into.
Oh yes, the dabbling.
Come down for a night. Monday night is the 10,000 guaranteed. I've won that one like 6 or 7 times. So fun stuff.
No, absolutely, and I'm very excited for that. I'm not bringing it up. I already brought it up on accident. God, I fucking hate those. I hate those.
As you shouldn't, Kyle.
They piss me off.
Why would you?
Whatever. That was my Super Bowl, and we lose. It is okay. But Delmar is loaded in the gate right now, guys. And like I said, we will talk Saratoga right after this race. I believe I have a pretty decent opinion in this next race at Saratoga as well. Before we get there, Noah, if you want, you can take a look. But Mr. Big wants a late double at Delmar, so maybe you can give him a little bit of a sneak preview. You can obviously wait on it, and we can talk about it before we talk about Saratoga after this Delmar race as well, as they're loading into the gate here.
You got the audio, Kyle?
Yep. Got here, Larry?
Yep.
And also, my wife I got a, without even asking for it, I got a vodka lemonade delivery. I didn't even ask for it.
Emma's just a goat, isn't she?
She really is just the
Mist
best.
will be next.
Just alcohol delivery service without me even had to ask for it.
That's good. Well, she probably saw the Cubs won.
Yeah.
We need something.
That was on speed dial, right, Chris?
His Grace.
They kept it. Apparently, they must have tied it at some or close because they were down 4-1. So they must have gotten because 5-4
numbers will be the last one.
You see my rookie for the A's the other day?
See numbers.
Yeah, no kidding.
And Kyle
That's
Frey
nuts.
to the outside stall.
66 games, 4 home runs, 5 extra bases, 6 for 6, 19 bases.
Also, Stuffy
he tied the record for most bases in a game, I think.
Rookie of the year went from like minus 250 to like minus 2,500.
Say right to like minus 5,000. Yeah. Tell you what, if he keeps hitting like that, he's easily gonna waltz into that. Yeah, he's a fantastic hitter.
Yeah, in like 4 years, he's going to make a bunch of money when he goes somewhere else.
Oh, correct.
Field is currently
Welcome
being backed out of the starting gate here.
A's baseball is just like White Sox baseball. They go somewhere else, and all of a sudden they're really good. Then Delmar, it looks like they're backing someone out of the gate here. So I guess more time for baseball. Because me and my dad, we love to go to the Sox games, and we sit out there. The Sox have like a scoreboard that goes like, top AL ERA, top NL, and all that stuff. It's just funny because you can go through. You're like, oh, top 3 in AL ERA.
Your attention, please. In this race, we do have a late scratch. Scratch number 4, Rivera. Number 4, Rivera is a late scratch from this race.
That's a big scratch as they scratch the favorite out of the first race at Delmar.
That would be put the 5 in the favorite spot and drop the odds and everybody else. Kyle, I went to game 2 of the World Series against the Giants in Oakland with my dad.
That's awesome.
And we had seats right below Tim McCarver and Al Michaels. So we could watch the game and then hear them call it from behind us because it's like an open air box.
Yep.
It was just awesome.
That's
and then, of course, game 3 was the earthquake. And I remember them they may cancel the World Series. And I'm like, oh, what the F?
Yeah, right.
I had to live through, and I spent 20 years in Southern California. I can't tell you how many times I've seen the Kirk Gibson home run. I had to live through all of that. And then to come back and win like 120 games and get to the World Series again. And my dad was a Giants fan because he was born in New York. And then, to watch them just crush the Giants in an extended series where Dave Stewart got to pitch twice, and it was just completely unfair because there were more days off than there were before. But
right,
Kyle, I got a question for you guys in the chat. So I actually played just a little early pick 5, and I was actually single to the 4, and I don't really have an opinion after that. So my question is, do I do A, pick either the 1 or the 5, or B, let fate decide? Because the favoritism is going to be split between those two, and I really don't have much of an opinion. So should I just let the money take me to the winner?
Wait, isn't the 5 got the jockey though that you always gas up?
He does. She does. Yes, she does.
Then you have to go with the 5. You got to stand. I only know that guy's name because of how much you gas him up. You got to back it. It's him versus Mike Smith.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Go with the 5.
5, okay.
Jim says, let's fate decide. Jim, my man, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Mike T says he would single the 5. So a lot of us are on him. And actually, the 1 and the 5 are right together now, which is very interesting.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, Kyle, I'm going to go turn the generator on because I've got power alerts. So I'll be back with you before the Saratoga race.
Sounds good. Thanks, Chris. Florida weather. It's fantastic. I know it all too well. Oldie, my friend. Hello, gentlemen and Chris. Have a great show listening in the car. Greatly appreciate you joining, Oldie. Still got jockeys unseated here at Del Mar. Hopefully they'll be going back into the gate here shortly. Got 4 minutes to Saratoga, guys. So before they load back into the gate, I guess let's talk it real quick at Saratoga, and then we can stop and then go back to it. At Saratoga, I actually really like the 12 to the outside here. The 12 is Ragtime Sizzle for Kantarmachi and Dylan Davis. Dylan's had some nice winners in the last couple here at last couple days at Saratoga, getting back on the horse, no pun intended. But won at 20,000 on the maiden claiming, went to up to 100,000 claiming at Saratoga. Didn't do the best, obviously, maybe a little bit too over his head, or her head, excuse me. Now coming back to 35, should set a really nice trip. So I really do end up liking the 12 in this next race at Saratoga, and we'll get the guys' view on it here in a couple minutes as they load into the gate for Del Mar. Oldie not bringing that one up. Nope, you know that.
Going in.
Not bringing it up.
Garland Duchess. Waiting for Jules and chasing numbers.
Good luck, Tom.
Jules going in. Chasing number is the last one.
You guys can hear Larry, right?
Yep.
Okay.
They're all in line. They're off. Stuffy Mist comes out running and takes the early lead, getting away to a length advantage over Jules, who's away second toward the inside. The others are all lined up. Camila, Catalina, Tiz Grace to their outside. Tarlin Duchess and chasing numbers on the extreme outside. All in pursuit of Stuffy Mist and Armando Ayuso, who lead the way into the far turn by a length and a half. Jules follows in second. Tiz Grace right up alongside. Darlin Duchess 3 wide, chasing numbers 4 wide. And in behind that group is Camila Catalina, the trailer, 4.5 lengths off of Stuffy Mist, who went 22.55 for the opening quarter mile and will turn for home in charge. Stuffy Mist off the turn in front with a 2-length lead here. Jeweled trying to close the gap in second, and then angling off the rail from last. Camila Catalina begins to roll and has now moved up into second, but Stuffy Mist has built a big lead here. Stuffy Mist is going to do it. Armando Ayuso and Stuffy Mist.
Well, no, the moral of the story is one in doubt.
Stick to your morals. That should be a lesson for all of you.
Stick to your morals. Yeah, no kidding. No, very good switch up. Obviously, Noah, I think you would have gotten the 1 there too.
I would have.
So, very well. Mike T says good call on that easy single at Del Mar. Katie 5 all the way, and Tom's alive.
Hey, when you win, though, make sure to send me a little bit for being the one to talk you had to play the 5 instead of the 1.
I think the one that talked me into it was Jim, because he was the only one that was telling me to let fate decide. You know, that's never a good idea, right? He always gives me crap about the hit.
I know.
I got to fire back. I got to fire back every once in a while.
Dude, that I love when I get the chance to use that freaking photo. It's so good, dude. I don't even know. 8-5 was probably pretty good value after that scratch in that race too. Especially with the 1 being, I talked about how I don't like the 2-year-olds on the rail in that race and all that type of stuff. 8-5 is probably value on that horse, so probably should have gone there. Attila likes 5 to win. Vacoma Philly is a speed ball here, and speed holds. Definitely Attila, good luck with the 5 here at Saratoga. That horse is 3-2 right now on the morning line. I'm hoping for a little bit more pace to be injected into this race with the 5, although I'm not sure if you will get it. The horse is off a 430-day layoff. Does have a couple B workouts since then, so should be ready. Charlie, I haven't given you a lot of talking, so I do apologize, but I'll go to you first. Who would you like here at Saratoga?
Yeah, this one's a tough one. This is the one I was saying to you before we went on, and I'm happy to let you tackle. I'm hesitant on the 5 for me. We haven't seen the horse in a while. Obviously, they wanted this horse to be on turf. So I would probably look towards one of the horses to the outside, either the 10 or the 12 were the main 2 I was keying in on. The other thing I do like about both of them actually is also that they at least do have some experience on the track when these conditions haven't been so good on the dirt.
Yeah, and obviously the inside's really good, as you mentioned. So we'll see how it happens. I would like to the 12 to tuck in about Mig Pack and hopefully make a run at this 5, who might need one after a 430-day layoff. What did you see on this one here?
I actually didn't see anything because I didn't get a chance to look at the race, but bet you Chris has something for you.
Boo. All
Well,
right,
I don't know.
we got
Go ahead.
Kevin, Katie Davis is due.
Katie,
By
she's
the way,
due.
Kyle, did that Del Mar race come in at 5-2?
5. Let's see.
It did, yeah.
5-2. Yeah,
Hit
it
the
did.
horn. Hit the horn. There you go.
What'd you end up getting on that exacta?
We'll take that exacta all day long.
Got to be half decent,
That'd be
no?
pretty good.
Yeah.
Same thing as picking an 8-1 winner, and all you need to do is pick chalk and, like I said, pick that horse underneath. So very well done.
When the other one scratched, the 5 became pretty obvious, and the 2 underneath there. Speed of Sound here, I think it's going to be tough here. George Weaver, Manny Franco. He's 22% first race back. First race with the horse at 15%. Going to be tough here, but I do like the 7 River Tay, 1 for 11, second off the layoff. Bruce Brown here coming back and getting Katie, and I feel like this could be Katie's time to shine and get her winner. And I'd rather it be at 9-1, 8-1, whatever it's going to go off at versus the favorite. But
Absolutely.
we'll get that shot here.
So like the 7 a little bit at a price. I like the 12 as they load into the gate here for Saratoga. Good luck.
And they're off. And
Also, I was going to say no, and I would go with the 10 because the program jockey was no rider.
Sound rockets up to take the lead. And Spun Size is up there looking to rock along the inside, shuffled back.
Base no rider
spots,
opinion.
one by one. Lady River Lily is the first to go by that rival. Then comes Proud Mary. Proud Mary is some 5 or 6 lengths off the lead, racing 2 clear of Ragtime Sizzle. Looking to rock is now toward the back of the field. And River Tay, who did not break quickly, is last. 22-3 for the opening quarter mile.
Yeah, she's probably too far back.
Down, showing the way with Spun Size, trying to close the gap, and has done just that at the top of the stretch. Speed of Sound, Spun Size, squaring off at the 8th pole, 4 lengths back. Proud Mary is in 3rd, but it is Spun Size taking over with big strides, waving.
What did I say? You got to go with the one who had no rider in the program.
Is that the 10?
Yeah.
Most from Spun Size, 4.5 lengths.
10, 5, 8, 7.
Proud Mary, 3rd.
Wait, is that Kyle? Is that your trainer again?
Which one? Shoot, hold on. Let me see. The 10. Charlie Baker. It is Charlie Baker again. That one wasn't first time out, but yeah, dude, Charlie Baker.
As soon as Kyle started dogging on him that he just doesn't get it done, we should have known that now all of his runners are alive.
Well, of course. That's how it works with my type of betting. Next race coming up, guys, is Woodbine Race 9. Still got while we had to do the double box earlier, the races are actually starting to space out pretty nicely for us here. You only got 7 minutes here to Woodbine and lots of interesting ways to go. Looks like pretty decent pace in this race as well. Chris, I go to you because I know you capped it, and if anyone else did, please feel free to chime in.
All right, I'm going to give you Woodbine, but we also have the last at Gulfstream.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget the Gulfstream Summer? We got to go for it.
So
you can do both if you want. Go for it.
Gulfstream for me here is probably the favorite again. Nothing exciting. Zozan, 3-5 here. Sappy Joseph, Raylu, probably your good winner here. Second off, Sappy is only 22% at that. So I don't know what Charlie's got.
What did you say, Chuckles?
I asked if I can be exciting because I'm going to try to beat the favorite.
All right, go for it. What do you got?
I'm going with a horse that no one wouldn't know well, but it would just be a weird thing to remember. But I actually saw this horse at Gulfstream, had this horse as a single, and if this horse had won at even money as the favorite, I would have hit my ticket. But I'm going to go back to him anyway. I'm going to go with the 2 Lace Up.
Yeah, I figured you're going with the 2.
I'm going to give him one more chance to help me get my get back after what he did to me last time. I can't take a horse at I think it is the 2 or the 6. I'm not going to take 3-5 at Gulfstream at this time of year.
Look, that's fair. Is it Tapeta?
No, it's dirt. I know they normally always end with a fun Tapeta race. I know. I'm just.
Well, yeah, they normally end with a Tapeta race, but they're not today. So I've got the sound up, Kyle, and ready to go for that as we get there. but we can pivot back over to Woodbine since we have 5 minutes to go there.
Yep, please.
And I will quickly tell you as I get my notes up here. I think the 5 is a likely contender to win here, but I think you can try and beat this horse with the 3, 4, or the 6. The 4 is second choice at 7-2. The 3 and the 6 are 7-1 and 14-1 accordingly.
Yep, I do like the 5 a lot. I think the race all runs through her. It's going to be a hefty pace scenario. I think there's a lot of horses that want the lead in this race coming up with Woodbine. Time Form does agree with me. Between the 2, who's pretty quick out front, but in the 4 and the 7 for sure are going to be out there. 5 looks to sit just in behind them. And I feel like 8-5, while obviously not the best price, I feel like 8-5 might still be good enough for me to put a win bet on the 5. We'll see as we get closer to post time, as we've seen a lot of lots of changes come before the race at Woodbine. So we'll keep an eye on that. And I also do have the sound loaded up at Gulfstream as well, Chris. So we can do that. Since Monmouth ended, I got the ability to free up another track for myself. So I got Gulfstream up and ready to go, ready to hear Pete Aiello's lovely call, I'm sure, of the final at Gulfstream Park. But Charlie, Noah, anyone get a chance to look at Woodbine here in this race?
I took a look. I think it's mainly the logicals. A horse I'm just looking purely value-wise, I think at least could be worth a look. Now, granted, he's been a turf horse, but I thought the 3 was a little bit interesting.
Yeah, I agree with you, Charlie. Keep going.
And I was just going to say, especially with like the, if you go the Beyer top angle, this is one that kind of seemed to plateau for a while. And then after that came off a pretty decent layoff, was terrible first off the layoff. And then after that ripped back-to-back 85 Beyers. And is a very tactical horse who does not need the lead by any means, but likes to sit close. So I feel like, for the 4 who's going to take a lot of money, or at least should be, I think it might be a little too much pace for this one to hold off. And the 5, who is probably the most likely winner, is going to have to close from farther behind, and the 3 is going to get the jump. So if you're looking for a price, I think the 3 is worth a look.
I agree. 1, 2 back, sitting 3 off, 1 on the lead, last out in both 40 starter allowance optional claiming races, and light the lamp. And I've got the lamp back there. It just feels like it could be the one to light the lamp and blow the horn.
No, absolutely. Paul Keeneland's in the chat. Paul, good to see you again, my friend. No love for the 9 at Woodbine coming back into this race. It's no more options with Munger aboard in this one. I just don't know if she's as good as she was last year, at least not for I'll take a drink for that. He's not as good as he is this year as he was last year, but I mean, if he can get back to that on the steady growth, that race is more than good enough to win this race at that 90 Beyer angle. So no more options. I think 8-1 is a decent price to be able to take a shot. However, I feel like there might just be a better closers in this race at this point in their career. But again, you're getting paid to find out with that 9, and you're going down to even money on the 5 that is absolutely not worth taking in any realm of the beat. I might even place a win bet on the 4. Even the 3. 3 6-1 right now. The 4 time to shine is 4-1 right now. And 85 Beyer. One thing I've gotten better at, and a lot of people know this if they watch Betting and Boozing, is comparing time form pace figures to Beyers. They have time to shine as the best time form in the entire race last time with a 113. Again, time form Beyer takes into account basically just the ending time of the race, while the time form pace figures incorporate trip, pace, and a bunch of other factors into it. So at Huntmaster, who's 7-1 right now on the board, got the second best. Granted, it was on the turf last time out, but got a 113 as well last time out. So going off of time forms, there's a lot of different horses you can go with that sit right on par, if not better, than the 5 based on just figures alone, as the 5's best time form is a 107. So as they go off here at Gulfstream, and I'll load it up right here.
Away. Zozan tightened up for Racing Room and off last.
And we'll go right to Woodbine.
Good start for Major King and Golden Skull. They're the first 2 to begin. Down at the inside, that's Austonian with some early pop. Right alongside him, Lace Up in the run out of the chute. Here's Zozan, who was off.
Might actually have to cut out from this and go straight to Woodbine, because Woodbine is loading as well. And I want to show the race from Woodbine.
Way closer than usual. He's 2 lengths behind here, a length and a half in front of Austonian at the rail.
There he is.
Skull and well back
It's
to
fantastic,
Haberdashery.
dude.
To make their way to the half-mile point. It's Lace Up on the inside, and the middle Major King out deep at Zozan. A gap of another 2 to Austonian, who moves into 4th from Mr. Scatter, who must have realized he was way closer than he usually is, as now he's dropped back. Golden Skull is next, and the trailer is Haberdashery. 47-1 for the opening half mile. The battle rages on 3/8 of a mile away. Zozan is 3 wide. Lace Up's toward the rail. Major King is next. Trying to gather in the embattled horses up front is Austonian, 4th within 5 lengths of the lead. Another 4 to Golden Skull together with Mr. Scatter. Haberdashery is trailed throughout. They reach the top of the stretch. From the inside, it's Zozan, and Lace Up continues to spar. 3 back to Major King. Outside Austonian, widest of all, Mr. Scatter. They're on their way home. Lace Up is up for a fight here. Back inside of Zozan. 4 back to the far outside. Mr. Scatter's coming on. Final 16th of a mile. Zozan, he has the lead. Lace Up is second. Austonian, he's the one gaining with Mr. Scatter on the outside. It's the favorite, Zozan, who's in front. Very close.
That's the end of that, and Woodbine just went off now as well.
Driving near the inside, it's Time to Shine and Junior Hotshot. And over on their inside is Humpmaster, and It's Time to Shine has gone to the front. In the early stages, getting in behind them, no more options, and last is Perfect Crime. And going forward is Marquardt on the outside to stretch the neck out and go to the lead from It's Time to Shine. Light the Lamp is over on the inside of Junior Hotshot. Racing on their outside, Last American Exit, a length behind them, Huntmaster, Perfect Crime, no more options, and One True Gentleman is last. 4 or 5 lengths covers the field, and matching strides, It's Time to Shine and Marquardt, and narrow lead, It's Time to Shine. 1 away, Light the Lamp, waiting on the inside and traveling well. Junior Hotshot's there as well, coming 3 wide, 4 wide, Last American Exit. Masters coming into it as they turn for home, and out in front, It's Time to Shine from Light the Lamp, Junior Hotshot. Humpmaster crying out for a run down the center without wider, Last American Exit, and now coming is Junior Hotshot. It's Time to Shine still in front, and on the outside, Junior Hotshot. It's Time to Shine, Junior Hotshot. It's Time to Shine. It's Time to Shine.
Exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, they're wide apart. It's Time to Shine the rail.
I think the 4 got right.
Rian as good as he could. He's just not on that level.
Yeah.
And then came Huntmaster and Last.
I think the 4 got that right. I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll leave it up just to see let the photo go. But we talked about it before the race. One even money versus 4-1, and the 4 had better figures in time for him. So yeah, 4 definitely got him by a good head in that race. So again, it's love comparing different pace figures in here, and unfortunately, between clicking, I didn't get a win bet on the 4 like I said I would because the 5 went down. But either way, still, I think good analysis on that race for the back. Noah, you got to take off?
Yeah, I got to go make sure I get some of this stuff done. But I think I'll be able to join you guys a little bit later. I know Howard's coming on, so.
Yep, absolutely. We should be here, I believe, for another, hour or so, Chris, I think. Is that correct?
I don't know. I thought you said 5:30. Or you were talking Central Time.
Central Time, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we got another hour.
All right, so
cool.
yep.
I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Sounds good. Thanks, Noah. Appreciate it. All right.
Also,
so
Kyle, I had a bad beat there, but not at Woodbine. At Gulfstream, I tried to at least hedge a little bit because the 2 was like 3-1 or something. So I had the horse to win, but I played a 6-2 box as well on the side, Dutching it though mainly on the 6 on top, and the 2 got nosed out for second.
Did he get beat at second? I didn't see that.
He didn't. Yeah, the 3 got him right at the end, so that was brutal.
Yeah, and there you go. The 4's put up on top, as we mentioned before, guys. We had 8 minutes coming to Delmar. Should ask Noah for his Delmar before he left, and then we got 19 minutes coming to Saratoga, and then we got one more race as well at Woodbine on the day. So, I'll, like I said, I can text Howard too, see what he wants to do, but I will do, I think another hour or at least half an hour, if not another hour, should be good. I will text him right now and see what he wants to do because I know he wanted to come on as well. But let's see. So 6 minutes coming up to Delmar here for race number 2, and it's a pretty good one. It's a mile on the dirt, 80,000 optional claimer here. Draws a field of, although it was a field of 5, now a field of 4. There's a couple really nice horses in here between the number 1 Katona for Doug O'Neill and the number 3 Ultimate Gamble for Mark Glatt. Looks to be those 2 above the rest, although you do also have Arrow the Great in here as well. Basically, a lot of these mainstay mainstay West Coast allowance horses in here. Again, only a field of 4, which is unfortunate, but a lot. If you like anyone but the 3 in here, you're still getting a decent, at least 5-2. Chris, where did you end up going here?
Probably the 1, Katona.
Yeah, and obviously I do like that she's been running a Churchill. Got a lot of basically cold paces to run into, but between the 2 and the 3, I'd assume they would put some decent pressure on each other. That should leave a pretty decent way for Katona, wouldn't you think?
I do. I haven't checked the tides here to see how that's working out, but 5-2 square price. You know, I would look to, you know, the next race here in terms of trying to figure out some sort of a double, which I haven't come to a conclusion on. But, you know, if you put a gun on my head at this point in time, it would certainly be the 1.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, faced a lot better here coming into this race.
I completely agree with that sentiment for sure. And 2 back, even though, and again, faced a lot better. She only lost by 13, but even in the Ali Shibo, where Fierceness was just walking on the lead basically the entire way around the track that day, got his best time form US of 1:17 in that race, which puts him square and competitive with the number 3 Ultimate Gamble, who ran a 1:23 for that win by 6 1/4 back in last June. But the last 2 races coming back have only been a 1:07 and a 1:13. So that 1:17 2 back puts him well and truly in the race for Katona. Lure him in's an interesting one, but again, I think he's more interesting in terms of a pace scenario at this point in his career rather than a win candidate. The only thing that scares me a little bit is that Ultimate Gamble probably will just sit right off of Lure him in this race, and I would assume unless Katona, like I said, is just much better than what he's shown in the past 2. Again, being who he faced, should be that way. But we will see, of course, come post time. 5-2 though on Katona is a nice price in there, and I'll bring in the boss himself. He promised he would be back, and of course he is back. Howard, only a field of 4 here for this next optional claimer at Del Mar, although decently stout field of 4. And again, if you like anyone but the 3, you're getting a decent price.
I got a good afternoon again, gentlemen. I got a little bit of opinion here. Can we go to Arrow the Great a second, the 4? First of all, contrary to what some people think, I like an outside horse in a small field, even if it's 2 turns, because they can break and sort of look to their left and assess the situation. What do you guys notice about the 4 compared to the rest of the field? Anything in particular? Because there's one particular stat that stands out to me. I'll make it a little guessing game, like it's our first homework assignment of the school.
Oh gosh, I wasn't ready. I'm the host. I wasn't ready for it. I didn't prepare for questions.
Sounds like my students.
Yeah. Wait, I did. Wait. Let me get a anything like that. But what you got for me,
Charlie,
Howard?
young man? You better not be saying that. Charlie, better not be saying that in a month or 2. That law school will rip him apart if he's not prepared.
For sure.
Wrong.
All right. Well, I'll keep it. I'll get to it. Look at the Del Mar records of all 4 horses, guys. What do you notice? There you go, Tom. Well, look at the other 3.
No one's had a win at Del Mar. There's your answer.
The 4 is 4 for 6 in the money, including a win. None of these other horses even have a win at the track. Not only that, what's up, Dan? Exactly. Not only that, this 4 has run some big numbers, some big figs.
Yeah.
Forget the Gold Cup. I mean, this was not a 1.25 mile horse. And the other, I guess, quote unquote, lower fig was Turf Paradise, but I mean, won by 6 easily. It's a weird. The other thing is he's not in for 80, and I don't know how you and Charlie feel about this, Kyle, but some of them have already passed their conditions. So they don't have a choice. But These are pretty high class animals. I just don't like when they're in for 80. The 4 is not in for 80. The 3 is not in for 80. I think the 3 is clearly a horse to beat here. And by the way, he's been working lights out, according to the Clocker report. But if somehow the 4 can just get a better trip, I mean, 7-2 in this field for the 4, based on some of the figs he's run, to me is a little bit insane. I'm not, look, I'm not betting the house on him or anything, but I'm going to go with the 4. I'm going to go 4-3-2. I'm going to toss Katona. My first thought when I saw Katona, guys, and maybe Chris Walsh has an opinion on this, I thought, oh, maybe they're prepping, for the Pacific Classic or something. He's in for 80. He's not the same. They're giving up on him. I'm gonna go with Arrow the Great. Take a shot here. 7-2. Big price. Small field. We've seen that before, Kyle.
Yes, yeah, more than once for that matter, I guess you can say. But I mean, biggest price in this small field, absolutely, is Katona. Just drops down to 2-1. I agree with you. I think the 3 is definitely the horse to beat. And the fact, I think Lure Him In's probably going to send, and if he sits, even if Ultimate Gamble sends over Lure Him In, I feel like it might be tough to catch him. But look, again, trying to find prices in these races, and if you're against Katona, Arrow the Great makes definitely a ton of sense in this race. And guys, we got 13 minutes coming up here to Saratoga, and then we got a pretty decent break to Woodbine. So like I said, we were running on top of each other with the double box earlier, but the races have at least moved out, so we can have some pretty good analysis here for these next 2 races coming up here as they're loading in for Delmar race 2.
Ultimate Gamble, the next one.
Switch to the 2, Howard, with my win bet.
Good luck.
You're 4 one back in like 2023, which feels like a lifetime ago. Lurman is 3 for its last 4.
I mean, the 4 needs the right trip. I think he's very capable if he gets the trip.
Well, there's only 4 horses.
Good even start. Arrow the Great and Lure Him In had the best beginnings. Ultimate Gamble is sent hard on the outside.
Race.
The issue, and then Katona, who's down toward the rail. But in the run to the first turn, Arrow the Great will be quickest. Armando Ayuso and Arrow the Great on top.
No idea if he's going to be good enough, but I'll take my chances from here.
Katona and Lure Him In will sit off the pace here. They've got 3.5 lengths to make up in the very early stages here as Arrow the Great heads onto the backstretch in front. The lead is a 1/2 length. Ultimate Gamble and Kazushi Kimura kept close on the outside, 2.5 to Lure Him In, who's just ahead of Katona through an opening quarter mile of 23.14 seconds. 5 furlongs from the finish. It is Arrow the Great on top here by 3/4 of a length. Ultimate Gamble continues to be glued to him on the outside. Lure Him In is clearly third. He's got 3.5 to make up, and he's got 2 on.
Go up a little further.
Now being nudged on at the back of the field. Racing for the far turn, 46.17 was a solid 1/2 mile for Arrow the Great. Ultimate Gamble still a 1/2 length behind. The Florida Invader, Lure Him In, trying to come and get them with 2.5 to make up, and Katona is the trailer.
Winning your in money there.
Arrow the Great, Ultimate Gamble and
keep trying with this Arrow. Everyone else is all out.
And they're into the stretch, and it is Arrow the Great.
Go on with him.
Off all the challengers. Ultimate Gamble moves up alongside. Lure Him In, still in with a shot, drifting out to the center of the racetrack. Ultimate Gamble, Arrow the Great, Lure Him In. The 3 of them streaking for the wire together. Who's it going to be? Photo finish. Here's the wire. It was Arrow the Great who held them all up.
1 for 1. It was a great.
Well, guys, it's been a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
Yep. Later, Howard. See you later. Yep. 1 for 1, and he's out. And that's a pretty good 1 for 1 at that. Look, 7-2 in a 4-horse field, man. You can't really complain about that.
The longest shot in the field.
Can I tell you guys how good a ride that was? Because, we talk about it all the time, guys. All 4 of us talk about this all the time. When you've got a speed horse, just freaking go. If he went slower, guys, Ultimate Gamble goes by. I'm saying earlier. Even though Ultimate Gamble, would have gotten the same trip, but he got him off the bridle, guys. He made the 3 work to keep up with him. And the 2 is the one that really should have won the race, to be honest. I mean, the 2 got the dream trip. But I just love who was riding the 4. I can't remember.
I think it was what's it called? It's wasn't it Ayuso?
Ayuso.
Yeah.
Where
Ayuso? He just left.
Where's Noah? It's his boy.
Opening double for Ayuso too.
Like, you know what? And I just love that ride, guys. You know what? Frickin' take a chance. Just go on with it. Get everyone off the bridle. Yeah, got luck. Oh, there's an inquiry. Oh boy, did he come out?
Oh boy, I don't know.
Didn't look like it, did it?
I didn't notice anything, but we'll see.
And by the way, Katona was absolutely awful. Like,
yeah, I mean,
absolutely awful. I'm sorry for people that. Oh boy, there is an inquiry. 4 against the 3. I didn't see anything, guys. Did you see him come out? I didn't really see him come out. Well, we'll see.
We're looking right now.
Did.
See.
Well, he's going. Ayuso was going left-handed. That's a bit of a problem. Okay, very slight bump.
I mean,
oh please, give me a break. there was like they barely touched. I mean, it was the most ridiculous, the smallest. I mean, if this comes down, I don't even know what to say. You guys can see it. I mean,
there's hurting, but not. I mean, that's it. And then he straightens out completely and wins the race.
If this comes down, guys, that's I'm unbiased. I'll let you guys talk about it. You guys can see it.
I'm in agreement, and they're actually and what's his face called a objection as well on that, or Kimura called an objection on that too, which that makes me a little bit intrigued, but I don't.
You guys tell me. I mean, that's barely.
I don't
compared to all the crap that we've seen that stays up. I mean, if they're gonna take that down, I mean, come on. I mean, the 4 came over slightly. He did. There was very slight contact, but then he straightened them out, like you said.
Well, they're both the 4's going left-handed, the right's going right-handed, the 3's going right-handed.
The 3 was never going by at any point there. I knowing my luck recently, well, I shouldn't say recently. I'm doing okay recently, but
I think you're good, Howard. I've been around to these enough at California that it's.
I do have the exacta. I have a saver exacta the other way, but I don't want that. I want the win bet. I do have a saver exacta 3-4, but I mean, I don't like hurting. I just want to be clear. But that was a very subtle hurt. It was a very subtle touch. And the 3 still had a chance to go by in the last 50 yards, still couldn't do it, and didn't do it on the gallop out either. So Charlie's not saying anything. Charlie, what do you think? Did you see the replay?
Yeah, I was trying to stay on mute so you guys didn't have to hear my dogs losing their mind.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I saw it. Yeah, to me, it's marginal. I don't think it's enough. I mean, from what I've seen at the track that I follow the most, it certainly could come down because the track I follow the most, without directly saying their name, gets their objections and inquiries wrong 90% of the time. But to me, I don't know how California does it compared to other places, but that's not enough to me for it to come down.
I wish Ayuso had gone right-handed. That's a slightly egregious, right? I mean, he could have gone right-handed. That's just the. I mean, it's the littlest. I mean, they barely touched. If they take that down, then Kyle, I should have seen 10 other instances where they should come down. I mean, and like I said, I'm biased, so maybe I'm not looking. But even if I had the 3, I'm like, okay, they touched a little bit, but I've seen a hell of a lot worse. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, as someone who bet the 2 with Chris, they could just say they can't tell and just take them both down.
Yeah, there you go. Just put the
double DQ, buddy. One of my last visits to Belmont, the old Belmont Park, I had the 3rd horse to hit the board with Alex Salisa, and I got a double DQ and got put up with a 10-1 winner in the last.
Everyone is saying it shouldn't come down in the chat. We appreciate people. Please comment in the chat. You know, if you think it should come down, and say it. Everyone's saying it shouldn't come down.
No.
What to me, the difference is the 3 didn't like re-rally. You know what I mean? I don't know how the stewards are going to look at that. Paging Vic Stauffer, line 1.
That's what. Good line 1, absolutely.
I'd love to hear what Noah has to say since he knows these California stewards better. But the 4 is Ayuso, so.
I will say the thing I'm really not enjoying from watching the inquiry replays over and over again is that there's just the 2 should have gone by in that race.
Yeah,
like,
this is going on too long. The longer this goes on, the more likely the 3 gets put up.
Well, no matter what happens, I'm proud of my selection. I know it's a 4-horse race, but I think
So Dan says the YouTube stewards say no change, so we'll see what the actual delmar.
Again, I do have the exacta the other way. We're talking about $100 difference for me here between the exacta and the win bets and the win bet. I didn't play it evenly because I like the 4 more. The 3-4 was I mean, there is contact. There's definitely contact. But he immediately straightens out after that.
Yeah, it's incidental contact because they're going to look at the fact that each one is going with the outside whip. And they know it when they cross the line there because you can see. I used to look over.
Chris, I don't think it's incidental. I think the 4 is the one that created it. But again, after that, Ayuso corrected.
Yeah.
And it was, and the 3 still wasn't going by. I don't know. I got a feeling he's coming down though because I'm talking myself into it. Who the hell knows? They are taking a long time.
They are taking.
We had Vic on the show, Kyle. This is one of these. There's 3 stewards. There's got to be a 2 versus 1 kind of situation here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have looked at that for 15.
Gentlemen,
Well,
I mean,
Stewards
really?
interference in
That's
the
so
3-4-2-1 is the revised order of finish.
That's ugly, Howard.
That's so gross.
I vehemently disagree.
Where's
Where's Judge Judy? Judge Judy should be in the.
Look,
YouTube. I feel good in the fact that almost everyone in the chat thought that was BS. So I think I'm happy that I have this misery loves company. Apparently.
Yeah. I mean, they're all flooding in.
I had an exacta, but like I said, I don't want to. Well, I'll just say it. F it. Who the hell cares? I had 50 to win on the 4, which would have paid somewhere around 200 plus. I had a $15 exact on the backup 3-4, so I got 95 instead of 205. I mean,
yeah, I had a win bet on the 2. So,
well, I don't know. If that's going to be a takedown, Kyle, they better reassess some of the other inquiries that we've seen. I mean, Chris, you've been out in California how long? They usually take that down there. I mean, I don't know.
I'm telling you, man, I've had so many takedowns in California that have been just, I was going to use another R word. I'll just call it ridiculous. But it's just crazy shit. I mean, and then you go to the classic with that horse cutting over and, just killing everybody and no takedown there. It's just, I mean, it's just not good.
It's official. 3-4-2-1.
It's quiet, Larry.
Let me ask you guys another question.
Yep, and then we'll move on to Saratoga.
Yeah. Do you think Ayuso purposely did that? Was trying to herd? Or because he was left-handed, but just because he's left-handed doesn't mean he's trying to come out. It just means he prefers to go left-handed. I don't think
he was deliberate. It didn't look deliberate considering how fast he straightened out afterwards. I think it was deliberate. He probably might have kept doing it, like just kept going and trying to fade him out. But I don't know. It didn't look deliberate to me because also the horse on the inside was going right-handed too. So, that was just really, really unfortunate is what it is. But at least, still got a little bit out of it and we'll move. We will move.
Off to Saratoga, we got 1 minute to go.
1 minute to Saratoga.
I got a bolt after this race, but I'm going with the Rage Against the Machine horse. Number 2, Cut the Cord. If you know the song, you know what I'm talking about. But Cut the Cord, 7-1. Just missed last out. Second off for Michael Giangulio.
Michelle.
And we're going to take a chance here. Claimed off of Engelhardt last out for 45K. Carmouche up. Feels like he's due for a win.
So I actually also do like Cut the Cord a little bit. I like the fact that Reddington's probably going to go, hoping Cut the Cord can sit right off. And with Warrior Richard, who's your favorite right now, it's 7-5. This horse should be a little bit farther back than the other ones we've mentioned so far. Hoping that the 2 can get the jump on a horse like Warrior Richard, Howard.
That was my original choice, the 6, until the 4 scratch. By the way, Davey Lane in the chat.
Yeah, I did see that.
Davey? That's fantastic. To get to know the names. Is he talking about the names of the stewards?
I think so. I would assume so.
Well, that's a whole other conversation. We should talk about that too. But anyway, the answer is yes, Davey.
There you go.
Yes. The stewards are. It's public knowledge, Davey. Yes.
But their records of DQs are readily available in DRF. They are not. No.
You can go to the CHRB website and you can go find out who the stewards are. Yeah. In about another week, they will put the review up of their review of that race and tell you how they voted. But you don't get it the day of. But by the way, the Rage Against the Machine song for the 2 is Guerrilla Radio. Lights out. Turn this shit up.
I could tell you Davey Lane is laughing right now at his home in Liverpool because of that DQ. Like that incident in Europe, they would like there was touching.
Yeah.
Like that's But anyway, I had the 6 here originally, but when the 4 scratched this morning, I immediately went to the 1. Kendrick on the rail. He's going. My concern is what the 2 does because Kendrick's the 2. My bad.
Yes.
But my concern about the 1 is Kendrick on the 2 because I don't want them hooking up. If they don't hook up, I think the 1's got a big shot here, and the 6 is overbet at 6-5 based on the way the track is playing. The 1 just needs a very smart ride by Santana. You cannot get into a pissing match here with Carmouche, and knowing those 2 guys, Chris, I'm a little worried that's going to happen and set it up for the 6. But I'll take my shot with the 1 here. Reddington. I'm live in the pick for the 1 in 6 only. If they
the 6 from that far back, if he is that far back, no chance.
I don't think he's going to be that far back, Chris.
I don't either. But
Jose's not stupid.
Shoot.
I'm hoping the 1 just either sits right in the pocket or somehow takes the lead with the 2 not breaking perfectly and just finds a way.
Let's hope that Naira intimate domains those 3 houses behind there and fixes the shoot one day. If this was Augusta, they would have done it 5 years ago.
I'm sorry, what was that, Chris?
The 3 houses back there that prevent them from figuring out the shoot. Like Augusta would have been like, what do you want? Well, you're moving out. We're going to destroy your house. We're putting in a real 8 furlong shoot. Here we go.
They're off. Cut the Cord is asked for early speed, past the hat, right up alongside and up to take command. And Reddington is in the mix early, moving up now to take second. Carmouche all over.
This is what I was worried about.
And is right back into that second spot. They're followed by Capital Idea, 4th as they swing on to the backstretch.
Well, the 1's going to have to be really good here because the 6. Sorry, I'll be quiet.
And another 3 back to Gambler's Tail.
I think it might be better.
The quarter went in 24 and just under 1. It's past the hat, who shows the way, but he gets some mild pressure now from Reddington, who's within a half length second. Then Cut the Cord on the outside third, joined at the rail by Capital Idea. Those 2 stride for stride and 3 lengths off the lead. Warrior Richard and Jose Ortiz next, and 7 more to Gambler's Tail. 47
done,
flat,
Chris.
moving right along.
Tractor beam is on.
Reddington
the back.
has to get after him now. It's past the hat just in front. Reddington within a half length of him. Capital Idea 2 off the pace in third. Warrior Richard has taken 4th. Cut the Cord, never happy. And another 2 back.
Anytime this 3 wants to stop running, that'd be nice.
It's past the hat. Still in front, coming to the 8th pole, and now a good trip for Capital Idea in between horses. Could
what a
not
dream
be
trip.
a journey for him. Can he get there?
Inside.
I'm done for the day.
At the 16th pole, and
6 was garbage.
On by Capital Idea.
The inside
Pulls
is
away in the
so
end to score by 3.
Well, I didn't see the 3 on the lead, and then the 1 had to rush up. Well, you heard me say in the first 10 seconds of the race I didn't like it.
Richard.
1 ran perfectly fine, but the 6 was extremely disappointing there.
Yeah.
Junior with the win, a win back on the slot back in January of 2024.
I know that was Andy Serling's top pick, so nice call for Andy. Mott and Alvarado.
Shocker.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday.
At $1,000,000 to 1 or whatever the heck that horse was.
What a perfect ride, by the way. I'm talking about this ride. So is the 70 ride, but this one too.
Yeah.
Junior's like, Howard, you didn't bet me. You had me. He was on the show yesterday, and I didn't go with him.
Yeah.
I am on a backup ticket that, of course, wasn't alive. It's just, just one of those kind of situations.
By the way, find another podcast that gets an interview in the winner's circle with the Jim Dandy winner live on the air.
Bingo.
Yeah, no kidding. It was amazing. It was fantastic.
All right, gentlemen, I've got a bolt.
No worries, Chris. Appreciate you being on the whole time.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Good to see everybody. Thanks for running the chat. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the like button if you hate it. Join all the rest of the shows, whether you like it or not. We will be back here next week with a full slate of shows and live shows on the weekend.
My man, Chris. Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Chris, for all your
Chris. Take care,
all your help today. Appreciate it.
All right, Kyle, Howard, Charlie, talk to you guys soon.
See ya.
Yep. Later, man. And Charlie, I think you got a bolt as well, right?
Yeah, I got to take off. I was supposed to leave at 4:30, but stayed out for an extra 20. But it's all good. Need to make up for some missed time. Yeah, of course. So I'll talk to you guys later as well.
Sounds
All
good,
right.
boss.
Good to see you,
Talk to you
Charlie.
later.
Take care.
Yep, see
You know,
you.
Kyle, if the Woodbine race is not a stake race, we can wrap it up.
It isn't a stake race. It looks like it's just a main optional 40. But like I said, we got what, 5 minutes? So it's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
You're the man. We can speed handicap and go for it, or we can wrap it up. I'm gonna leave it up to you.
All right. I think we should show one more race on it. Let's go 5 more minutes
Okay.
and we'll do it. So
Right.
I looked at this race for Woodbine already. As well. It's 6.5 on the turf course. I really do like. I think the favorite right now is the number 2 Velociraptor at 3-1. Who I actually really liked. I think this horse is much better forward, in his career, and has been going between maidens and both on the turf and on the dirt. Last time out was the first time at Claiming. Ran third with a 54 buyer. I don't think it was his best, and also I don't think he likes to be that far back. So blinkers on now back in this spot for Cassie and Patrick Husbands. We all know how lethal that combination is at Woodbine. And I think 3-1 is a decent enough price in a field with a lot of unknown. Again, you definitely could find other horses in here, but I think the 2 could be at least a little loose, but the 7 should have a little bit to say about that. But I think the 2 might just be a little bit better animal, in my opinion.
So I'm speed handicapping. That's why I'm not looking at the camera right now. So this is an optional 40 maiden.
Yes.
Again, I'll bang the same drum I just was banging at Delmar. I prefer horses not in for the 40. It's not an end all be all, but it's something to think about. The 2 is the Velociraptor is in for 40, and by the way, should have the lead in theory. The 7, Red Weaver, who I know didn't run well last time. That was a very hot pace and probably needed it. I'm not sure about the distance and is also quick. So let's see if there's other speed in here. Not really. This is a very interesting scenario. Again, I'm speed handicapping. I don't know. You gotta give me another minute here.
You're good. I'll keep talking. Yeah, I had the same thought about Red Weaver. Also, 7-2 is decent on this horse. This horse ran really good on synthetic last year. First time out for Robert Tiller, and second time out for that matter. Second time out, I like the triple even a little bit better, because even though it really never improved length position, really still ran very well and showed a little bit of an ability to rate. And if the 2 Velociraptor is very hell-bent on getting the lead, which I think he probably will be in this race, I feel like Red Weaver might just hit a really nice trip in this race. Sophia Vives is really good up at Woodbine. She really only runs up at Woodbine as well. And Red Weaver's also working very well on the tab. So Red Weaver could be another one to go with as well. Pain Spirit is also decently interesting to the outside. Another one that's been working really well.
The jock is not interesting. Little no bueno there on the jockey. This is a tricky call for me. I don't have an overly strong opinion, but if I had to give an opinion, I'm looking at the 13. 13 is just, what is a 5-year-old? I just can't do that.
0 for 19.
If it falls apart, it could be the 13. But I mean, who's riding that one?
Munger.
Munger. I mean, I'm gonna say Vivas tries to sit off the 2, and it's just the better animal. I'm gonna go with the number 7, Red Weaver. Not a strong opinion. I mean, his first 2 starts, Kyle would win this race.
Correct.
And then he was just caught up in a very hot pace. You know, I just don't know about the stretch out. Working well.
The dam has some nice. Dam was a miler, so that could be it for sure. This is the only sibling out of that. You go even farther back. Spider Dust actually was only running at Woodbine, both at a mile and at 6.5 and 7, and a winner at 7. So definitely might be able to take to it a little bit extra off that. Maybe 5 furlongs was just a little bit of a trying to see what she can do first off the layoff. Maybe she just needed it.
Well, you know what I'm just noticing right now is the 2 is Time Form US on the lead, but it looks like Husbands tried to take back a little bit last time. Maybe they're trying to teach us one to rate a little bit. So maybe Vias actually gets loose. I'm sure she's just going to read it. I'm going to go 7-13. Not an overly strong opinion. The 12 is a little bit interesting. Also, first time gelding, but I'll go 7-13. Oh, the 13's 0 for 19. Yikes.
Yes, correct. 0 for.
I'm going to go 7-2 with some combination of 12 and 13. Not my strongest opinion. I'm speed capping. There you go.
Nope. I think I'm definitely right now, based on where the odds are shifting. Again, husband's Cassie, you'd imagine this horse would be pretty low favoritism wise. 5-2 right now on the 2. 7's at 7-2. I'll take a shot with the 7 as well. I'll place a win bet on 7. A little bit of, I guess, an entertainment wager to close out Weekend Warriors here. And before we show the race as they load into the gate right now, guys, again, really, really appreciate it. There's been a ton of support all throughout the show. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. And if you guys are enjoying these live shows, please hit the like button. Again, it's completely free to do. And it shows us, 1, that you guys are really liking these shows. And 2, it also pushes these videos into the algorithm on YouTube to bring more people to the HHH Racing Podcast. And of course, for that, we thank you very, very much. We have live podcasts now going through the summer every Wednesday night with Bettin' and Boozin', me, Patrick, and Charlie at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then 2 shows now on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern with the man next to me, Pete and Paul, and 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Pacific Horse Players moves over there to cover the Saturday at Del Mar, as their PPs are one of the only ones now that don't come out very early. And of course, you have these Weekend Warriors shows every single weekend. So please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you guys know exactly when all these shows are occurring. Guys, one more race for this 727 edition of Weekend Warriors here. We'll go to the call at Woodbine.
Now Piper's Reign trotted forward.
Win bet on the 7, and I'm playing try 2-7 with 2-7, 8, 9, 12, 13 with 2-7, 8, 9, 12, 13.
Love
For
it.
$1, $40. $60 to end the show. Here we go.
Let's do it. Here we go.
The 7's drifting. I don't know if I actually don't like that, but
To the line.
okay. The first 5 seconds are huge here, Kyle, because it sure looks like it's only 2 and 7. If they get hooked up, then I might as well just throw my ticket away.
We'll just end the show if that happens. In the middle of the race, we'll just end the show.
By the way, how did the 7 get over to the inside in that Saratoga race? Now I think about it.
Don't ask me, dude.
Isn't that
I
amazing?
don't know.
Think about it. Wow.
Well, that's what we're talking about, is the fact that plus also neither one of our horses that we thought were going to go to the lead, they both rated. And the 3 gets the lead for fun.
What a ride by Junior, though.
Oh yeah.
I thought the one, in all consideration, really ran just fine. Just got beat by a better trip and better horse. So yes, Marco, they did cancel Alice tomorrow. It's gonna be very hot. In fact, here in Chicago, it's gonna be like in the low 90s tomorrow, I believe.
I always forget Ellis runs on Monday.
Paradise.
Keep forgetting that.
Smart. Then now that 7 just went down, I didn't look at the 8. I don't. Well, too late. But all right, so let's go V-Base.
A very good start out wide as they went with Total Sensation in front. Coming through his Country Boy Survive, showing up his Red Weaver near the inside and driving
That's
up.
Right. Take control of the race.
There you go, Sophia.
Lover Boy Mo.
Stop the race.
Red Weaver in front.
All right. She had to ask a little bit, but you know what? I'm okay with that. And they did rate the 2, Kyle.
Yep.
Lover Boy
Who's
Mo.
this not? What in the
Survive is over on
What
the
are they doing
inside.
now?
Over on the outer
This is
goes.
not good at all.
Nope.
Fine style. A length behind them, Velociraptor from Toronto City, and in behind them, Silent Night is about 4th last from Piper's Reign. Paradise Perfect spots the leader about 10.
Get away from these pieces of garbage.
5 away Tanist at the back. Showing the way, Red Weaver pressed by Total Sensation. Going up to 3rd, Country Boy Survive. Lover Boy Mo on the inside of Pain Spirit. A length away, Fine Style. Up the inside, Velociraptor's coming home well and out wide of the
12 had to ask to get there too, though.
Then Toronto City and Paradise Perfect.
We'll see what she's got.
Starting a nice run. Red Weaver on
This
the
is a weird view. They've never showed this low view anymore.
They've got a couple of lengths on them. And back in 3rd placing. Out
Come on, Sophia, dig in.
And coming home is
no one wants to pass.
Out in front, Red Weaver.
Who's this bomb in behind?
Piper's Reign coming home really well on the inside. Piper's Reign up the rail. Piper's Reign has gone to the front. And Piper's Reign will reign. Goes on to win. Lover Boy Mo second.
It felt like that kind of race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was trying to search for horses. I didn't have time to look up pedigrees, and of course I had a win bet on the 7, of course.
Well,
what is going on, people in the chat? You guys are all bet.
Yeah.
I actually ran huge.
Oh yeah, ran great.
And I don't. And again, a good lesson for everyone. I hate to sound preachy here, but the 2 was in for the tag. The 7 was not. The 2 was absolutely awful in that race.
Yep, I think she was somewhere in that pack, right behind the rest of them. 5th, 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever it was. So no, absolutely, completely agree. And that was 8-5 that ended up on that too.
34 to 1. Yeah, the 12 did the 7. Sophie had no favors whatsoever.
No, not at all. Literally none. And then who knows where the heck that horse finished.
But okay, well, time for late Delmar later. I can relax and.
That's the one thing we all have to look forward to, right? And it's the late Delmar betting. And I know a lot of you are looking forward into the chat. Thank you guys all so much for all of the kind words in the chat. I know a lot of people do like these types of shows, and we will continue to do them if you guys like them. So again, one more time, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you guys are notified when these all come out. Again, live podcasts every single Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, 8 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, these shows, I believe next weekend is just Saturday, 8/2, I believe, is the episode of Weekend Warriors. For the boss man and my co-host on this podcast, Howard Kravitz, for Charlie, Chris, Noah, who are all on the show, really appreciate them coming on. It's been your host, Kyle Roscoe, an episode and the 727 edition of Weekend Warriors here on the HHH Racing Podcast. And we'll sign it off betting and boozing style. And until next time, everyone, crush those bets, win those photos, and stay safe, everyone. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.
If you have not followed his Triple H Horse Racing podcast, you're missing out. It's one of the best podcasts in the country.